Today I am going to rank every single character in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Excuse me, officer, there's only room enough for one admiral on this ship, but the women and children too. So you can shoot stick. One shot him. I am the spy. He holds onto his robes. Is that Obi-Wan Kenobi? But Leia followed. You are the chosen one! This includes all 384 characters in the base game, as well as the 69 DLC characters, making a whopping over 450 characters. My goal is to make this the most comprehensive LEGO Star Wars character video ever made. The characters will be ranked on a tier list based on a few attributes, such as how useful they are, how unique they are, if they have custom animations, and, most importantly, how much I like them. Where am I going to put your favorite characters? There are definitely going to be some hot takes in this. Let me know what those are. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Did you know that 21B is the same medical droid that was stationed on Hoth as the one at the end of The Empire Strikes Back that gives Luke his new hand? Neither did I until now. This is 21B. He can attack, he can go into little hibernation, and he belongs in the medical bay. Excuse me, officer, what have you done with Luke Skywalker? Where is he? Bro's in his bed. I just woke him up. He's just he's afraid of a droid. The droid has gone crazy. What are you doing here, Din Djarin? Also doesn't speak. You look good though. You literally have crosses on your eyes. I'm gonna put you in row D.
Forlom is the best droid for the job, or your money back.
Is he though? Is he really the best droid for the job? Also, I did not realize Forlom was a droid at all. If we're being honest, you look like a bug. Like a giant fly that needs to be swatted. Right, I'll try swatting you now. Can I swat? So here we have Forlom, the bounty hunter. He is, of course, only half complete without his friend Zuckuss, who is not going to make an appearance until right at the end of the video, considering his name starts with the Z. I have to say, as far as bounty hunters go though, Forlom is kind of where it's at. The bounty hunters in this game are incredibly OP with their blasters, shooting a lot of blasts all at the same time. Also appearing in The Empire Strikes Back, Forlom didn't have much of an impact in the film. He was one of those bounty hunters that was just standing there, but I do love the way that he runs. Therefore, I'm going to place him in the C category. What are you running away from, bro? He's running up to Jabba's palace. Maybe he's looking for work. Jabba, excuse me. And so Forlom approached the door of Jabba's palace only to find 8D8 here, the next droid on the list. We're getting through a lot of droids right now. All the numbers we're getting out of the way. Say hello, everyone, to 8D8, who has kind of a creepy, constant smile across his face. 8D8 is currently employed by the fat, giant slug Jabba the Hutt, and his primary purpose is to torture other droids, which we are going to do right now. Forlom, my friend, you are not my friend. Look at even the way Forlom like rotates, and he's so like unharming as a droid. He feels like he couldn't harm you. Oh, he's gone into hibernation. We're going for a little sleep. I have woken from my power nap. I will now do what I must. I will do what I must. How dare you trespass? I will torture you. He's literally a torture droid. You don't do much apart from have a creepy smile, which I do appreciate, but I'm gonna put you in the D category.
I'm AD. How may I be of service today?
Yes, you are, AD. I've never heard of you before. Apparently, you were joined with the Resistance and are quite sarcastic. Prove your sarcasm to me, and perhaps I will spare you. For you see, I am the torture droid. Tell me more about your story. Okay, what? This droid can literally do nothing apart from walk around. You don't even have a face. You see, you don't even have a smile. What is your purpose? What good do you do? What good do you have? And why have you made it all the way here to Jabba's palace? Are you prepared to be tortured? I feel like my whole time playing LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga is just torturing droids. Namely, the hint droid. What have the developers done? What have they created here with these droids indestructible? It seems like the trend continues with this video. Okay, literally, I don't even know if you have an idle animation. We've been standing here for a little while and nothing has happened. Therefore, I think 8D8 needs to do what must be done. You've come to Jabba's palace to be tortured by me! And he was no more. All right, AD droid is going in the E category. We're reserving the F category for some really special cases of, man, who is this character? Next up, we have likely everybody's favorite Twi'lek. This is Aayla Secura. Aayla, you looking good, my friend? Jedi business, go back to your drinks. I have one problem with Aayla Secura in this game. Actually, two problems. Let's make it two problems. Number one, she doesn't talk. Number two, she only has one lightsaber, which I guess is canonically true. However, in Star Wars Battlefront 2, Aayla Secura be dual-wielding. She has 2 lightsabers. Therefore, this is the inferior version of Aayla Secura, in my opinion. However, she does have some cool single-handed stabby moves. As far as actual characters in the game go, though, I am so sorry, Aayla Secura, even though everybody loves you, as I also do too, and George Lucas certainly did. We all know about that. George Lucas liked himself a Twi'lek. I'm going to have to put Aayla Secura also in... Now, let's go C. C for Aayla Secura, because I see you there, Aayla. But I can't hear you. Aayla Secura just gets bonus points. Number 1, because she's a Twi'lek, but also because she's from the Clone Wars era. I recognize that ship. That, my friends, is the ship of an admiral. A certain admiral who may be associated with an Akbar.
It's a trap!
Yes, it is.
Sorry, force of habit.
Is it though? Is it really a force of habit?
May the Force be with us all.
Oh, really? Really? Was it with you during The Last Jedi? Was it really with you? Was it really with you? Hold on. Really? When you made that movie? That's not how the Force works. For a very cool moment, I will add, but canonically incorrect, considering shields would have been up at that time, and The Last Jedi wouldn't have gone quite as you thought. Admiral Akbar at this point decided to run his way through the ship and as far away from Admiral Holdo as possible. There was only room enough for 1 admiral on this ship, and it was to be Akbar. Where is the cockpit? Where do I fly the ship from? This is the briefing room. I love this room. That's so cool, actually. I keep forgetting this is in the game. My goodness. The details, the size and the scope of this game, the amount of locations and iconic recreations they've created here is immense. Holdo, what are you doing here? I said there's only room for 1 Akbar. 1 admiral, sorry, and it is going to be Akbar, of course. Okay, but seriously, guys, how do I fly the ship? Where is the bridge? It might be up there. Oh, it's on the other side of the briefing room. I just realized. I found the bridge, everyone. Akbar is back. Oh, look, my friends are here.
You're making quite the splash.
I'm the Admiral and you're the Captain, I see. We are making quite the splash, my friend. Admiral Akbar had made his way to the bridge of his ship. He looked out into the stars beyond, thinking, where will he go next? What will his new adventure be? And will it be a trap as well? However, an imposter had boarded his ship. Admiral Holdo, I see you there. Why? There's only room enough for 1 Akbar. There's only room enough for 1 admiral on this ship, and it's not going to be you. And so the great face-off began. Admiral Holdo versus Admiral Akbar. 3, 2, 1, go! Akbar snickered to himself. It was a trap after all. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm putting Akbar as an A. The fact he literally says it's a trap, A tier.
The tide has brought me back.
Come on, and the ocean puns as well, the fish puns. I'm so sorry, Admiral Holdo. As far as I'm aware, no one likes you. I certainly don't like you. You're going in the F tier. Savage. We have our first F tier, everyone. The first of the Fs is purple-haired Admiral Holdo. My name is Aftab, and I believe I am the son of Akbar, I want to say. Aftab is the son of decorated Resistance Admiral Jeel Akbar. Yes, indeed. He may have not spent much time with his father growing up, but Aftab still admired him. The young Mon Calamari hadn't initially intended to join the Resistance's fight, but Aftab answered their desperate call for a battle, following the Battle of Crate. He followed in his father's footsteps by battling against the First Order's tyranny, a fitting tribute indeed. First of all, the sequel trilogy, I don't remember which movie it's in, but they killed off Admiral Akbar off screen, which is the most absurd thing I've ever heard of. This is my son. You're looking good, Aftab. We got father and son reunited at last, aboard their own ship. They're both breathing the same, like they're having breathing trouble. I do not believe my son speaks, though. It was a trap after all, was it not? Aftab, just because you're the son of Admiral Akbar, you're not quite at the same level, and you don't even speak. Do you shoot? I think he shoots. That's about all. You can punch. You can't do much else. I'm gonna put you in the D category. Go back to work! What are you doing here? Go back to work! Can't you see we're having a Mon Calamari meeting only? Mon Calamari is only on the bridge. Thank you very much. Yes, you're welcome. Welcome to the bridge. Welcome. Mon Calas only. Thank you very much. It's a bit fishy in here. It could be a trap about to be sprung. Don't you walk in this room, my friend. That's it. Stay outside. Up! No! Mon Calas only. We'll get to you, my friend. You are on the list of characters. And mark my words, when we get to you, oh, I've got something very special reserved for you, my friend. The amount of hours or nights, the amount of days of sleep I've lost over this hint droid is, my goodness, well up there. Well up there. You were responsible for the reason I will probably die a young man. Somewhere far away on a distant world, Ahsoka Tano looked out to the deep blue sea, pondering the fate of the galaxy, pondering her place in all of this. What is this, Ray Skywalker?
Show me my place in this.
This is the first DLC character of the video, Ahsoka Tano. Unfortunately, a lot of the DLC characters, if not all of them, don't have any speaking lines. So I obviously have to take that in consideration when placing these characters on my tier list. However, we do have dual-wield white lightsabers that make a very unique Ahsoka sound. I appreciate that they've given her the unique sound of Ahsoka's lightsabers, which I believe no other lightsabers make. I also appreciate that she uses a reverse grip, that she runs with them behind her, and that she also has some pretty sweet animations. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm keeper of the peace. Ahsoka stood, hearing the voice of her former master turned Sith Lord Vader. Where was he? She could hear him somewhere. A Force vision. Was Ahsoka seeing this for real? She could see Vader. Revenge is not the Jedi way. Ahsoka remembered the interactions she'd had with her former master. I am no Jedi. Ahsoka was confused by a vision of her former master. Was he here on this mysterious planet? Or was this her mind playing tricks with her? Ahsoka, it is your mind that plays tricks with you, my friend. For you see, this world is connected very much to the Jedi. We are the keepers of the Jedi Temple here on Arc 2. Luke Skywalker has been here many times before and has made this his home for so many years. Ahsoka, I'm going to place you in the B tier. Your minifigure is quite unique, and I also appreciate... Oh, look. You're brooming the grass, my friend, Alcedo. And I also appreciate that you have rather unique lightsabers, which I believe other characters also have, which we'll get to soon. But Alcida is one of the characters from Arc 2 who overlooks this village. All she can do is punch and beat up Ahsoka Tano, I believe, and then brush off some of the other things. But she also has up, and Ahsoka's just blocking everything. She also has no speaking lines, as I believe she also doesn't in The Last Jedi. Alcida, you can go in the D tier. Ahsoka was seeing visions. Was that really her former master that stood behind her? Oh my, Anakin, why are you so short, bro? Is it just because you were standing down there? Let's go to the top of the mountain. Don't come any closer. I just said don't come any closer. I said don't come any closer. Run away. Thank you. Oh my gosh, imagine the lightsaber sliced her in half on the way back. And now Anakin stood out looking over the sea. He thought this place was nothing like his homeworld. Anakin looked out over the sandy dunes of Tatooine, remembering his homeworld, remembering the pain, the suffering, and the sand, which had driven him insane.
My powers have doubled since the last time I was here.
Have they though, Anakin? Have they really? They probably have, to be honest. The last time he was here, he was a little boy. They probably more than doubled, you would like to think. You would hope. I'm also ranking every single version of Anakin Skywalker, including each individual outfit. This one, however, I think his minifigure looks a little strange because his face and his hair don't really match the Anakin we necessarily have in the Clone Wars era and in the Attack of the Clones era. Therefore, I'm going to give this Anakin a C.
I am here on Jedi business.
Yes, you are. You are here on Jedi business, Anakin. Now, this is the same Anakin, however, without the cape. And we're going to use this Anakin for one very specific purpose right here. Not to actually attack the poor beast, but to find our way up to the village. Anakin found his way to the Tusken Raider camp. He knew what he had to do. This version of Anakin that I'm playing as right now has a green lightsaber. I assume this is the arena version of Anakin then. Is that supposed to actually be green? Or is that a glitch? I don't know, but I like the fact it's green because that makes him the version of Anakin we see in the Geonosis arena. Love it. And just for that, just the fact that I didn't even realize this character was in the game, apart from in the story mission, I'm giving this version of Anakin, the Geonosis arena Attack of the Clones, the B tier. Hello, Tuskens. I'm here to help, not just the men, but the women and children too. All of them. Look, these ones were actually freaking out. That's kind of sad. And I'm assuming that's what would have been happening as Anakin slaughtered them all. Therefore, this is an accurate recreation of that scene that was probably too dark for us to actually see on screen, which George Lucas knew for sure. I know, boys. I know. But Anakin, you said the line, man. I have to put you in the A tier. I think this is the most accurate looking version of Anakin. He looks great. And this is indeed where the fun begins. Now, the same could be said for this version of Anakin, who is the same but doesn't have the cape. I think this version is inferior. I prefer the cape version, seeing as though that's the version we see more of in Revenge of the Sith. Therefore, capeless is going in the B tier. Ahsoka, why are you still here? Please leave. Please leave us. However, Anakin had turned to the dark side. His Sith eyes shone bright like the star over Mustafar, and his heart had turned red like the lava of Mustafar. It burned with rage and anger. Kind of a shame that this version of Anakin has no speaking lines in LEGO Star Wars. Like, why not let him talk? However, I have to say, he does look pretty epic, and the fact they included this version of Anakin as a character, as well as his Revenge of the Sith versions without the Sith eyes, I think is reason enough to give him at least the B tier. It's over, Anakin. Ahsoka has the high ground and is glitching out on the platform. You underestimate my power, Ahsoka. Anakin, don't try it. Don't try it, Anakin. And so, after tragically being burned in the lava, Anakin had turned to become the charred version, which showed his bulging pectorals, although they were scarred by the lava, unfortunately. Anakin, you're not looking that great, if I'm being totally honest. Oh, Ahsoka, you've joined me here, finally. This version of Anakin, although once again has no speaking lines, is one of the best things about LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga. Easily gonna be our first F-tier character. Anakin, charred, he's in the game, he's here, he went for a swim in the lava. This is how he came out looking afterwards. You can play as him with a lightsaber, which makes no sense at all, considering he shouldn't have limbs at this stage as well. Can we get a version of Anakin? Maybe there's a mod that creates a version of Anakin that only has one arm left. But definitely putting Anakin charred in the S tier.
I'm a person, and my name is Anakin.
Was Anakin hearing this for real? Just after he'd been burned in the river, his child self had appeared before him. Anakin, now tortured by his wounds, thought back to his childhood, to what it was like growing up on the sands of Tatooine. Anakin loved his time on Tatooine. He ran gracefully through the desert, enjoying his childhood. However, he was a slave after all.
Bet it was smoother than riding in one of those pod races. Trust me.
How do you know? You're not a pod racer driver? I am, though. How dare you speak of pod races without knowing prior knowledge? Anakin's history of violence started early. Or you see, he used to beat up the pit droids that surrounded the streets of Mos Espa. Anakin gracefully walked through the streets of Mos Espa like he was a boss. Anakin thought back to where he grew up, and if he remembered correctly, it was honestly kind of depressing. Kind of drab and dark in here. Not a very nice place. Charred Anakin was dreaming, thinking back to his childhood, thinking back to the time he'd spent. Was it all worth it? Had he made the right decisions? Did you know that this version of Anakin is actually a completely unkillable? I think you can drop him in the Sarlacc pit, and of course drop him off cliffs and things, but in terms of being killed in combat, completely invincible. Anakin tried to wipe away his childhood, turning to the dark side, trying to be consumed by the darkness and forget the pain and suffering he'd endured. But it was no use. His childhood self would not go anywhere. He couldn't do anything about it. This was always going to be a part of Anakin. Okay, little boy Anakin, definitely let's go A tier. I always found this version of the pod racer helmet kind of weird with the circle eyes, if I'm being totally honest, and just for that reason alone, I'm putting you in the C tier.
Is this part of my Jedi training?
This is not part of the Jedi training, Anakin, you fool! So this is the helmet Anakin wears when he's in the N1 Naboo Starfighter and blows up an entire space station at the ripe old age of 9 years old, if you remember correctly. Because the goggles clearly are way too big for his face and his eyes don't even really see through there, I think it's hilarious. I'm going to put this version of Anakin in the B tier, as charred Anakin looks on in disappointment and disapproval. Aplek, one of the Knights of Ren, stood looking out over the sandy deserts of Tatooine, uselessly, as the Knights of Ren were, the most useless villains in all of Star Wars. Standing on that cliff as the helicopter swings around them is the most hilariously useless band of boys in the entire saga. I do, however, like his axe. That's kind of cool, to be honest. And he can swing it well. The Knights of Ren don't speak. However, we all know they're useless as ever. I'm gonna go and try kill the hint droid with this character. He has some pretty cool, unique animations, I guess, which I do appreciate. Hitting circle does nothing different. Oh, he can throw grenades as well. Look, oh, wow. Okay, that did nothing. The villains can all throw grenades. All right, come on, Anakin. Let's come over. Let's go over here. I need you to kill a Knight of Ren. How hard could it be? Come on, man. Here we go. Aplek, come on, fight me. Yeah, okay, it was like 3 hits and you're dead. I'll give you bonus points because of your cool axe thing, which is kind of cool in LEGO and is glowing and stuff. I'm gonna put you in the E tier. It would have been F if it weren't for the cool axe.
You want no survivors? Understood.
Aura Singh, actually a really cool character. She was featured, of course, in The Phantom Menace, but then also appeared later in the Clone Wars, I believe. One of those side characters that seemed like she had so much personality just because of her appearance. A bounty hunter, nonetheless. Let's see if we can take out Anakin. In one hit, 1 shot, 1 kill. She can also throw grenades. Honestly, A tier character.
Roger, roger.
I bet she also came across a number of battle droids in her time as well, which she had to dispose of swiftly. The battle droids make a great sound when they die. Ready? 3, 2, 1. B1 battle droid, quite unique. We're on the complete wrong planet for this. We're using prequel characters on a sequel planet. Let's go somewhere else.
Ah, roger, roger. And a Roger, roger to you, brother.
The battle droids actually speak to each other. I had no idea they did that. That's cool. Scanning area. I see a bunch of battle droids before me. We have found our way to the streets of Naboo. Feed Naboo, where the droid invasion is beginning. We have the regular, standard B1 battle droid. Devastating power and supreme efficiency. B1 battle droid Geonosis. Take out some of the people of Naboo. You're on the wrong planet. You have the wrong camo for this. However, we can still do what must be done. B1 droid heavy assault. This is a droid that has a different blaster altogether and also featured across the Clone Wars. I have never actually played as this version of the battle droid. I appreciate the extra details such as the backpack, the different blaster, and the black markings on the back of its head. Droids can throw grenades as well. Did you know this? Did you know this? Next, we have the B1 battle droid to feature on Kashyyyk, featuring a custom Kashyykian paint job, and not much else that's different. Still the ability to destroy all humans. B1 battle droid, B tier. B1 battle droid Geonosis, also B tier. B1 heavy assault, B tier. B1 Kashyyyk, B tier. B1 security droid, featuring the red paint job, B tier. B1 commander with the yellow, seen heavily throughout the Phantom Menace, also B tier. And finally, the B2 super battle droid, Devastator. I love the animation on this one with the arm. You see how the arm kind of folds down and then folds back in? Really unique detail specific to this battle droid. The way he runs as well, slowly making his way through the streets of Theed Naboo, ready to kill every human in sight, which he can do rather swiftly with his rate of fire. Also, another B-tier character. BB-8 rolled his way across the sandy dunes of Jakku, searching for his master Ray. He knew his purpose. He knew he had work to do, and he liked making funny drawings in the sand. S-U-B-B-T-O-B-O-M-B-A-S-T-I-C. What's it spell? Sub to Bombastic. But suddenly, BB-8 realized he was not alone, for there was another. Hey, there's only room on this planet for one BB droid. Excuse me. How dare you create an evil version? Has anyone ever wondered, doesn't all the sand get caught up in BB-8's wheel there? It feels like it's a problem. BB-8, you're going in the B tier. BB-9E, I don't like you very much. You're going in the C tier. Also, why not just call you BB-9? Why'd they have to add the E? Does that stand for evil? BB-9 evil? If there's someone who could remove the E from BB-9E's name, that would be...
Bubble Freak.
Snap some sense into you, my friend. Now, Babu Frick, I believe, is the smallest character in the game, and possibly my favorite of the small characters. He's so little, he's sinking into the sand. Can you guys see that? He's not even standing on top of the sand. His legs are like falling into the sand. He's gonna drown in the sand. Even though I absolutely disliked The Rise of Skywalker, Babu Frick was possibly the best part of that movie. So, therefore, I'm putting Babu Frick in the A category. He can't do anything. He's like a useless character, and I feel sorry for him. So, we have to give him some bonus points for that. Okay, stay. Right. Yes, he's staying on. We're taking Babu Frick for a ride on the speeder. That is so cute. I actually did not know you could do this. He keeps falling over, but this is an amazing moment.
What do we have here?
So to give Bail Organa a rating, I thought we'd go to the planet Alderaan, but it doesn't exist. You're looking very dapper there. You don't sound like Bail Organa. Also, you can't shoot, which is odd because he does have a blaster in the movie. He does have a blaster on his hip, which doesn't appear here. I guess this is the non-violent version of Bail Organa, who prefers to use diplomacy and sneaky tactics to get on the better side of the Republic and defeat the Empire.
My work is not done yet.
It's not done yet. Also, you don't really sound like you. Is that actually you in there? I'm giving you a D.
You must be in trouble if you require the help of the Guavian security soldiers.
Yes, indeed. However, I don't even honestly know who you are. I believe you're from the start of The Force Awakens. One of those characters that goes after Han Solo and invades his ship. You're a pirate, is what you are. Your name is Balatik, a scoundrel character who runs with the Guavian Death Gang. He does have a unique weapon though, which I've never seen in the game before. It just shoots normal blasts. However, it looks quite dramatic if you have a look at it. It looks like it does a lot more damage. Let's see what it does to Bail Organa's face. There we go. Balatik, you get some bonus points. You get a tick of approval because you have a unique weapon. However, I'm going to put you in the D tier because, let's be real, don't even really know who you are.
Jedi use the Force only for defense and for things we can't quite reach without getting up.
Yes, but what do people like you do, Barasofi? Because we all know you turn to the dark side. Yes, throw that pot plant towards the Jedi Temple in rage, in anger, plotting against the Jedi I see. This is Barasofi, another Jedi. She has some speaking lines, some not so unique animations. I see you're sitting comfortably there. Let me change that. Why are you sitting down? Stand up. I see you look quite comfy there, my friend. I'm glad they included Barriss Offee as a character in the game. I feel like, though, because she doesn't really have any unique animations, we're gonna put her in the C category. Do you guys recognize this character? This is Baze Malbus from Rogue One. Chirrut Imwe's second. The guy who always seems to like guarding Chirrut Imwe. I know you're turning to the dark side. Also, he has quite a unique blaster. It looks so OP, mostly just because the backpack and the chain that it's attached to feels like it can do some really heavy damage. It's a one shot to the face. Baze Malbus, unfortunately, being a DLC character, has also no speaking lines. However, the cool blaster gives him bonus points. Baze Malbus, you are a C tier character.
You won't even know I'm here until it's too late.
Who are you? And what are you and why are you? What can you do? You have a blaster that's actually kind of OP. It shoots a lot of green blasts. She sounds French, I believe. And let's see what Baze Malbus does to your face. Oh, there we go.
I have trained for these precise scenarios.
Have you? D tier.
Time for an adventure.
Who are you? I have no idea who you are. Beaumont? Are you from the Resistance? Are you from the Republic? Who are you, my friend?
Can't be.
You look like kind of like Luke Skywalker, except without the Luke and the Skywalker.
No.
A dedicated historian and avid follower of galactic folklore, Beaumont Kin was a treasured member of the Resistance. His study into the history of the Sith and Jedi may have proved vital in the Resistance attempt to stop the Sith Eternal from taking over the galaxy. Was it really, though? Was it really, my friend? You're a historian, somewhat of a librarian, some might say. You can punch, you can jump. Oh, can they all do that jump? Look at his double jump. The spin. How do you like blaster fire? He took the first shot pretty well, if we're being totally honest.
Sorry, just took a detour.
How does a detour sound then? If you're a Sith historian, prepare to meet a former want-to-be Sith turned want-to-be Jedi or something like that. I don't even know what Ben Solo is, man. Son of Han Solo and Princess Leia. He has a blue lightsaber. He does these ones. How does that feel? He's still kind of angry. I don't recall this version of Ben Solo being angry. We have come all the way to Exegol, when we had possibly the most cringe moment in all of Star Wars, when Ray kissed Ben. For no reason at all. No reason. Why? And yet here we are. Here's a history lesson for you, buddy.
Thought only the Sith knew how to do that.
Bro, no, that did not just happen. You did not just say that. Because Ben Solo and Kylo were never a Sith. What a burn! Oh my gosh, you just got wrecked, Ben Solo. F tier. You could say for a little while that this wasn't Jabba's palace, but Bib's palace, and Bib very much liked the idea of that. Bib waited in the shadows for many years, serving as the loyal servant of Jabba the Hutt, to one day take his place, very briefly, as the ruler of the Hutts on Tatooine. Bib Fortuna, you can't do much, but you do stand there greedily with a smile. You can attack, you can punch your fists. Look, come on, look at his conniving, evil smile that gets bigger and bigger each time. He has some of the most unique facial animations in the game, and for that reason, I'm gonna give Bib the B tier. Gotta love Bib Fortuna.
Biggs Darklighter, here to do his duty.
Are you though? What are you doing here? This is my scene, this is my moment, Biggs. You don't belong on this planet, Biggs. Biggs, you don't belong here. Go away. Thank you very much, Biggs. Getting beat up by Bib Fortuna.
Out of the dark and back into the light.
Have to say though, his voice lines are peak Lego Star Wars. Yeah, right. Biggs Darklighter. The fact you're in the game as a character and the fact you have so many punny lines, you're gonna go in the A tier. I'm giving Biggs Darklighter an A. I initially hated this character in the game because he's the reason I had an orange box behind my ship for so long, so long before I had planets unlocked. Anyone remembers the playthrough? But anyway, Biggs Darklighter, A tier. Bo-Katan, you're not the Mandalorian I was expecting to see on Tatooine. What are you doing here with your dual blasters, which are actually pretty cool? Let's test them on Bib. Yep, pretty cool. No speaking lines though, unfortunately. Honestly, controversial. Bo-Katan is kind of overrated as a character. I'm gonna put you in the D tier here because you don't actually say anything. You're a DLC character, though your armor does look cool. Kind of a Jango Fett ripoff for the bottom half anyway though. D tier.
Boba Fett, bounty hunter, jetpack mechanic, delivery man.
And new ruler of Tatooine. And that is how Boba Fett claimed Jabba's palace for himself. Boba Fett is actually voiced by Daniel Logan in LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga, who played Boba Fett, of course, in Attack of the Clones. And I think that's super cool. Therefore, Boba, of course, is going in the A tier. However, perhaps he would have been S tier had his jetpack not been such a huge failure in this game. This is all it can do, which is super disappointing. It's not like the old school LEGO Star Wars jetpacks, which actually had a function. This is basically like a nerfed version. Is this really what you'd call a gem pack? More like a slight hover pack that is very... Look, hook, and then you fall to the ground, and there's no way of, you could die. Now, we also have the re-armored version of Boba, which I believe doesn't have any voice lines and is completely inferior to the original version of Boba. Let's check. Why, when the same characters are in the game, literally the same character, does one have voice lines and one doesn't? Are they the same Boba? Did I get the same Boba out? I got the same one twice. Therefore, this one is obviously inferior. This one goes in the D tier. Young Boba looked up to what he would one day become. Was he ready for this journey ahead? He also is one of the characters in the game that I believe cannot be killed by combat. Oh my gosh. Boba Fett is literally invincible. Invincible Boba Fett! But you're a long way from home out here, aren't you, Boba? Let's take you back to where you should be. Boba looked out the window on Kamino, wondering what his life might be like one day. He'd spent his whole life living with the Kaminoans, not knowing much beyond these sterile white walls. Will he one day break free from here? Only time will tell. Oh my gosh, they're my brothers! My brothers who I don't even like. Yep, that's alright. Run away. Run away. Boba was actually a little bully to all the other clones. Young Boba, you're going in my A tier, bro. I love you. The first of many clones. Dude, I think you're in the wrong place. Who is this character, even? He has snakes coming out of the back of his backpack. His name is Boba Joe. He's a mutant clone. How about that? He can attack. He can punch with his fists. He has a giant backpack, and I believe his homeworld is Jakku, I want to say. He's a new Kosian travel who lives on Jakku. I was right. Instantly recognizable by the many cages of creatures on his back, Boba Joe roams between villages, sharing tales and entertaining children with his critter collection. He's a children's entertainer. I like his little old beard. Quite a unique character design, and for that reason, Boba Joe, I think you deserve the B tier. Do you speak, though? I don't know if you have any speaking lines. Let's find out. Bro, look at that back piece. Even the physics of that was pretty cool. He doesn't speak. Still a B tier for just being so weird and unique. So guys, just pausing the video here for a quick announcement. Something very exciting. I just relaunched my merch. The Bombastic plush is back. As well as the Bombastic t-shirt. It's on sale for the holidays, so if you want to get your hands on it, now the time is. This is Bodhi Rook, that character who died on the beaches of Scarif in Rogue One. And seeing as though LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga doesn't have the beach planet of Scarif, this is the closest thing I could find to a beach. He doesn't speak. He has goggles on, which you can't take off. They're just glued to his face, as you can clearly see. I don't believe he has an idle animation. He can do some kind of tricks and rolls and stuff, but apart from that, he's a pretty useless, boring character. He's going in the E category. Who's that hiding in the bushes? Oh yes, it's Bulio. I don't have no idea who this character is. I don't remember him from the sequels, if I'm being honest. He has a blaster that shoots blue, and he's shooting the poor Naboo beast, which I don't think can be killed. It's basically just dabbing in the background. For making the beast dab and for inflicting violence on poor native animals, I'm putting you also in the E category, Bulio. How does that feel? All the way from Otogunga. We're basically at Otogunga. Bro, we should take you home. Oh my gosh, he actually walks. I forgot this character has legs, because you don't really see his legs in the film. You do. But I always feel like he's like a good version of Jabba the Hutt for some reason. Surely you have an idle animation, my friend. Oh my gosh, don't attack the wildlife, please. For goodness sake. We're living in the swamp. This is basically what happened to Shrek if Shrek ran a village of Jar Jar Binkses. I don't know why he hits his chest. He's like, I'm the man. I'm the best. I think we have to put Boss Nass in the S category. He is a true champion. And the fact he's in the game is so good. What a unique character. Boss Nass, you're an S. Why is he so angry? I bet he has a funny death sound.
Just no happenings again.
This better be worth my while.
Bossk, you're looking mighty happy and creepy at the same time, for some reason. Somehow, the Bossk is forever smiling and forever sussing with his eyes, constantly looking left and right. What are you looking at, my friend? He has a long-range rifle. What's his movement skills like?
I have shed skin before, but I've never shed my entire body and consciousness.
A tier. Boss Nass, who's that coming out of the lake over there? Who is that? That's one of the only remaining Resistance fighter pilots left in the Resistance at all. And now, no longer remaining. As far as I know, he has no speaking lines. He's an Abednetto. Oh my gosh, this electrocutes him. He has a human skeleton underneath the Abednetto skin. He's literally a skeleton. Probably an F-class character, if I'm being totally honest. No voice lines. He's an Abednetto, which is cool, but nah. Sorry, mate. F.
I am fluent in over 6 million forms of communication, if that is of any use today.
It's not, but you're looking a little rusty there, C-3PO. Perhaps we should take a bath, oil bath, with all the other droids. It looks a bit cramped in there, if I'm being honest, and there's some strange colored fluids going around. I don't know what's going on in there. but all right, get in. 3PO, looking lovely. Okay. Oh, look, after a bath, he suddenly looks so fresh and sparkly. 3PO, look at you, man. Let's see what happens after Boss Nass has a word with you. Whoa. Oh my gosh. C-3PO is unaffected by Boss Nass's attacks. What about punches? Now, did you know that in LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga, unless you, I guess, throw a droid off a cliff, in combat, droids are completely... Let me get... They're not. They are destructible. But you can cut them in half, and you have to kill both halves, which is kind of a cool, unique skill they have. And then you can control each half, which is also a great skill. So just for that reason, I feel like all of the C-3POs, including Golden C-3PO, Santa Claus C-3PO...
How may I be of assistance?
Alright, I take it back. This is the creepiest C-3PO droid I've ever seen with the exposed parts, and for some reason the yellow eyes just really creeps me out, and for that reason I think he's kind of goated. I'm gonna put him in the S category for giving me nightmares and stopping me from being able to sleep, looking into his yellow cursed eyes. Normal 3PO and rusted 3PO, I think are going in A class. Holiday special, A. The red arm, I think is a cool connection because the only way this was ever explained was in LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens as to how he got his red arm. So also A. Red eyes, even though he's kind of cool and a Sith Lord, I think is a B class just because it came from The Rise of Skywalker. And Kijimi can also be a B because he kind of looks like a Jedi in this cloak. Now get back in the bubble bath, bro. Get back in the bubble bath. There we go. Chill with the other droids with your coat on. That doesn't look weird at all. You're getting your clothes wet. Supposed to take them off before getting in. Not all of them, 3PO. No! Don't do it, 3PO! Don't do it, no! Oh, why, 3PO? Why do you do this to me? It was never my intention to see you naked, 3PO. I did not want to go through this, ever. Captain Antilles is here, aboard what I would like to say would be the Tantive, but it's not, because the Tantive I don't believe you can actually get on in this game, apart from in the actual story missions. But Captain Antilles is here. The poor guy who gets choked by Darth Vader. What? He is here. He can shoot his fellow rebels. He's got a good blaster. What happens if you kill him? Stop resisting. You're part of the rebellion, not the resistance. You should be rebelling. Captain Antilles, I'm gonna put you as a B. Captain Kennedy, what are you doing on my ship? There's only room for one captain on this ship, and it's not you, you First Order Empire scum. F class.
This is a dangerous situation.
I couldn't agree more. But once again, there's only room for one captain on the ship, and will it be Captain Antilles or Captain Panica? Only time will tell. A duel to the end, my friend! 3, 2, 1, shoot! I appreciate that he has green blasts. Does he have a death sound or animation or anything?
Another tactic may be required here.
Yes. Panica, you're a B. It's actually pronounced Panaka, if we're being incredibly correct for all you Star Wars purists. This is Captain Peavy, another First Order captain who looks a little peeved, if I'm being totally honest. He's happily peeved. Panica, I think we gotta get rid of him. Yep, let's put him as a F, because again, he doesn't have any lines or anything. He's just useless. Useless once again.
It seems I must handle this myself.
What must be handled? Seriously cool that her armor is actually reflective, and there's nothing I can do about it. If I get myself like a bounty hunter character, Caribdis. Bro, you can shoot so much at Phasma and nothing happens. Nothing happens. I think for that reason, we need to give Phasma an A tier, even though she was completely useless in the films. But as a character here, she got some pretty sweet attacks, because she can attack with her stick and her blaster and her armor, unlike anyone else in the game, including the Mandalorians, is completely reflective. Look at that. A tier. Bonus points for looking like a trash can, by the way, Phasma. Now, there's also a version of Phasma where there's a hole in her helmet. So today, we're going to try and shoot through that hole and see if we can actually break through her armor. And it seems like it's impossible to do so. I have a grenade. Oh, it's on her foot. Perhaps that'll... Nope, indestructible. What, can I punch her? Yes. Okay, punches work. But she's blocking. Get wrecked. Caribdis, I think for whatever reason, he doesn't have any lines or anything, but look at the guy. Look at his teeth. Look at the kind of character he is. I really rate Caribdis's character design. He's got the biggest teeth in all of LEGO Star Wars and in all of the Star Wars galaxy, let's say. So I'm gonna put you in the A tier, just because I like you, Caribdis. I like you. I love Tarples, man. He was trying to make up for all of Jar Jar's mistakes in The Phantom Menace, and Jar Jar in the end just got the better of him, the true Sith Lord that he is. Tarples hung in there though. He has his boomer. Can he throw a boomer? He can't throw boomers, but he can shoot boomers and electrocute everyone in his sights. I reckon Tarples is a B tier character. Misa no have a boomer.
The royal house of Naboo is safe under my watchful eyes. I mean eye.
They did not just make that joke. As if they just made that joke about Captain Tifo. Captain Tifo is like the worst security officer there is. He's like, at least we made it to Coruscant safely. And then the whole ship explodes. Bro, you fool.
I must return to my post.
Yes, your post is in the trash. I reckon we'll put him in the B tier, just because they made that joke. I was going to give him a C, but then they made the joke about his eye, and I feel bad for him, so we're giving him a B. Controversial character up next, a cancelled Star Wars character. This is Cara Dune. She has a big blaster. She is one of the DLC characters from one of the Mandalorian packs. She has no talking lines as a result, but she has a big gun, which she's going to use on the Rebels now. She ends up going and joining some Resistance base. No, New Order base. First, no. What are they called? New Republic, and leading them. But honestly, Cara Dune, just a bit of a meh character. Let's go E.
Hey, what do you think of my big gun? I'm one of the Knights of Ren, you know. Look at what it can do.
Please. Yep. F tier. Cassian, you're one of the DLC characters. You don't talk, unfortunately, but you can climb. You can climb the walls of Yavin just as you climb to the top of the Empire, the Republic, the Rebellion. Unfortunately, he doesn't talk, but it's cool Andor's in the game, so I'm giving him a C. You're looking good, my friend. You got your bowcaster. Oh, this thing can charge up, and you can hold it for as long as possible. One shot him. Sniped from up above by Chewbacca. Chewbacca for me is a B, but we also have Chewbacca Holiday Special, who honestly looks kind of friendly, but will still tear the limbs off of everyone he possibly can. Gonna calm down, Chewie. Also a B. Now, Chewbacca Young is the version of Chewbacca from the Solo movie. It's cool he's in the game, but this one for me is not as good. He doesn't talk. He just roars when he gets shot. Let's go C. Ewoks love to take control of random vehicles and crash them into other people. Completely flatten that guy. Chief Chirpa, the chief of all the Ewoks, is here to save the day. I like your stick, Chief Chirpa. Imagine seeing this thing running at you through the dark forest of Endor. He also has a bow and arrow, which we're going to use to once again kill this Knight of Ren. You see, the Knights of Ren, their armor literally does nothing. I just shot you with a bow and arrow in one shot and you're dead, mate. You can also beat people up with his stick, which I think is pretty epic. Even the Ewoks could have defeated the Knights of Ren. Of course they could have. They defeated the entire Empire single-handedly. Chief Chirpa, you're a B. I am one with the Force and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force and the Force is with me. Chirrut Imwe, looking good there, my friend. You're a B for me. Men, we have all landed here on Geonosis for one purpose and one purpose alone: to kill the Geonosian bug invasion and save the Jedi as well, I guess. Now, we're gonna have to work together on this. I've got the Phase 1 clone troopers together and the Phase 2 clone troopers all together, all as a group. Can you all work together, men? I don't hear a resounding yes, men. What happens if Commander Gree decides to execute Order 66, but on Commander Cody?
Mission resumed.
And then gets revenge on Gree. Come on, Gree. Go down. Man, that took a lot of shots. Does Gree have more armor than Cody?
Mission resumed.
Ah, he says the same thing. All of the clones, I believe, have the same lines. The cool thing is you can shoot their helmets off, though. I don't think you can shoot Gree's helmet or Cody's helmet off, though. Let's have a look. Nope, he just dies if you shoot him in the head. Every single clone I'm putting in the A class. I love you, clones. Clone brothers, clones together! Come with me, men! And so the clones went on a mission through the battle-scarred Geonosis in search of droids. Ah, there's Geonosians, my friends! Shoot them! Shoot them! Do what must be done! Do not hesitate! Show no mercy! Prove our new emperor proud! Yes, the clones had already turned. My question is, if Phase 1 clones also turn, do they also have inhibitor chips? That's something I've never questioned. What if only Phase 2 clones executed Order 66? Man, why aren't you all shooting? You're letting the Phase 1s and some of the Phase 2 deal with it, I guess. You're honestly not doing a very good job of killing these two Geonosians. Come on, my friend. Look, you're shooting each other. You're shooting each other. Insubordination among the ranks. And this Geonosian poor thing is just freaking out. It's a Geonosian pacifist. Oh, boys, you did it. You finally did it. You finally killed him, man. What did it cost? Your lives, men. You deserve to still be around after that. You fools. Oh, look, he's joining in the fun.
Hello. It's just me, Commander Daisy.
Does anyone care? Clones, does anyone care about Commander Daisy? The time has come, boys. Execute Order 66. E category.
That was jolly frightful.
Was it? You boys gonna need any help? I'm Commander Echo of Clone Force 99. You need help taking out those Geonosians? I'll do it for you. Can I shoot the helmet off of Echo? Let's find out. Nope, we just killed Echo, boys. But he does actually have his correct head under there, which is pretty cool. Echo unfortunately doesn't talk, but his head is actually Echo's head, which is really cool. Such accurate attention to detail there. But because he doesn't talk, I'm gonna put Echo in the B category. We love you, Echo. One day, these clones will all be under my command. Mwahaha. Commander Gia said to himself as he walked on through the dusty plains of Geonosis. However, little did he know that the clones were conspiring to turn against him almost immediately. F category. Little did the clones clones know that just over the hill there was a Sith Lord preparing for a battle and preparing to take out each and every last clone. It is finally time to do this, Count Dooku thought to himself. I really love that they've given Count Dooku an actual curved lightsaber. Hello, clones. He also has some really cool stabby moves. I don't believe... Oh, he can use Force Lightning. He can literally use Force Lightning. Count Dooku, bro. S-tier character, for sure, as he took out every single last clone. Bro, the Force Lightning is actually so good. It's hard to actually kill him.
I nearly lost my head.
Not quite yet, Count Dooku. That's in the next film. Crosshair felt he needed to once again reconnect with his clone brothers after having killed some of them in battle. I feel terrible about what I've done, but I am the greatest shot in the galaxy. I was until I got the shakes. Let's see if Crosshair's actually under that helmet. Let's have a look-see. Oh, is that his head? It's just like a bald clone. Yep, alright, fine. Crosshair. Crosshair's a D. Dio is the most sus droid out there. Like, what is he? He's like a tube on top of a wheel. He's like an ice cream cone. He can't even go that fast if we're being totally honest. This is regular Dio, and then somewhere around here, we have the Christmas version of Dio. I'd say they're both about a C category. Something that's very strange. Both versions of DJ are actually two different classes of character. This one is a villain, whereas this one is a scoundrel. Dual-wield blasters, though, which is pretty sweet. Can easily take out the other Dio, DJ, and this one only has a single blaster, but can throw grenades as well. I'd say the dual wield is pretty cool. However, there's no voice lines again. Why no voice lines for DJ? C tier for both. Everyone's freaking out because they've just realized Maul is here. The Sith Lord behind everything. Not really. Totally epic that he flips like that. Duel of the Mauls. Forget Duel of Fates. This is Duel of Mauls. For all the flippies and the spinnies and the creativity of the Mauls and the voice acting and everything, Maul is undoubtedly an S tier category. Oh my gosh, you can force choke. He's literally force choking him. He's force choking Maul. Maul is force choking himself.
You will feel the power of the dark side.
You thought that was a Sith Lord. This is a Sith Lord. And so Vader choked Maul. The real duel of the Sith Lords was on. Even Maul was scared of Vader. He chose to run away, but he couldn't. Maul was no more. And Vader, supreme leader of emotional outbursts and feeling sad about Padme, became the leader of the galaxy. S tier. Christmas sweater Vader, I'm gonna put in the A tier. Anakin is gone. I am what remains. I am Darth Vader. S tier for sure. It's funny that we're in this room where it all started, where Anakin's rage and violence started. We also have Vader Classic, which I think is awesome that they did a classic character pack like the original Lego Star Wars minifigures and that this is in the game. So we're gonna also put this in the S tier. Even he has the right head underneath. I love it, Vader. So this here in front of Darth Vader is Delso Prin, who was a mechanic in the Resistance, stationed at Agent Kloss. Let me show you what I think of your station at Agent Kloss, my friend. Vader's the only true mechanic in the galaxy. Isn't that right, Vader? You fix those ships up better than anyone else, don't you, Vader? Dengar is my favorite bounty hunter, potentially of all time, because his face is wrapped up in toilet paper. And it's as simple as that. It's the only reason. He shoots blue blasts as well, which is quite unique.
Dengar, you followed me all the way to here to Coruscant. I'm going to get a drink at my old master's favorite bar. Come with me, Dengar. Together, we can eat at the diner of my choosing.
Darth Vader and Dengar both made their way to the classic Dex's Diner.
What do you know?
Oh, Dex! Hello! What happened to Dengar? Dengar couldn't keep up with Vader. For that reason, we're putting him in the C category.
Dex, tell me everything I need to know about what... don't walk away from me. Tell me everything I need to know about what Obi-Wan did here.
You destroyed him! How dare you! Look at his body. He's like two people in one. And one of them has a giant belly that sticks out and is covered in grease. Dex is pretty gross, if we're being totally honest. I don't know how he fit in here. Remember that scene? Like the scene of Dex. It's the one scene he's in. He's only in one scene. He's one of the most memorable characters. He slides that fat belly in here somehow. Doesn't look like it'll fit to me, man. Maybe Vader can help you with that. Or everyone else is like, what the hell's going on?
Diner ain't gonna run itself.
I will run it. I will become the new Dex's Diner. Dex, surely you're like an S tier character. Like, look at him, man. S tier.
Get out of my diner.
Fine, I will return another time. Perhaps for one of your cups of Java juice. Goodbye, Dex.
And so Vader left Dex's Diner. But who else would arrive at Dex's? That is the question. Oh, hello there, Director Krennic. You wish to come and eat? Come join. And so Director Krennic slowly and patiently walked in to Dex's Diner. Take a seat, Director Krennic. What can I serve you, Krennic? Also, you're not supposed to stand on the table. You're supposed to sit down in the chair. Please sit down. This place is not good enough for me. Dex's Dining? Really? A man of your talents? How dare dare you insult Dex like that? Get out of my bar. And so Krennic decided to also, because of the abuse, leave the bar. C class.
I'm a wanted man, you know?
I did not know that, but now that you've told me, I know. And I'm sure everyone else knows. Hello, I'm looking for a new cantina. At the last one, I was a wanted man in 12 systems, and I am still a wanted man in 12 systems, and now I wish to dine at your cantina. He doesn't like you. I don't like you either. You should watch yourself. I'm wanted man. Evazan, get out of my bar. Dex felt like he was just spending the entire day beating up everyone who came to his bar.
I'm a doctor, and I can't even explain that.
Okay, but are you really a doctor? Let's just break it down, Dr. Evazan. Like, the stuff that you'd be doctoring, I don't think you have the official qualifications, you know what I mean? You're missing, basically, an eye. I don't like the exposed chest hair, especially picturing you being a doctor. It's just not a good look for a doctor, man. I think it's time to leave. It's time for you to leave. Evazan is an A tier. We don't serve droids here. Sorry, please leave. And so the droidica rolled his way out of Dex's diner, hoping to have just been able to eat, to perhaps get a bath, to perhaps be lubricated so that he could continue to roll on into the night. But it wasn't to be. This character is actually awesome and probably the most OP character in the game. I mean, when you're actually out like this, you can actually move pretty fast. And when it comes to shooting, the blasts are, as far as I'm aware, more powerful than any other character in the game. It's like a mounted cannon, firing away, destroying, reaping destruction on the streets of Coruscant. Master, destroy us! They're destroying everything. Now, I want to see, can you actually disable the shields? Oh, you can. Disable the droidica shields and then destroy the droidica. Can you do that with your fists, though? Yes, you can. It turns out the droidicas actually aren't that powerful. Every time the shield comes on, it makes a fart sound. Fennec's a D tier, doesn't talk, is just in the game, just exists. D tier. This is E3PO, the rude protocol droid from Bespin that swears at C3PO right before he's blown to pieces. I feel like this is a B tier category, just because I don't believe he makes any sounds. And here we have the EV-9D9 supervisor droid from Jabba's palace, who is basically responsible for torturing droids, as he's doing now. Torturing other droids. Droids torturing droids. The irony. Speaking of torturing droids, let's put them both in the C tier.
I got the skills that pay the bills.
Do you really, though? Does this guy die after the end of the resistance and everything? Let's check if he dies now. Let's just check and see. Oh, yep, he did not survive. What a shame. I like your visor. It looks kind of cool. I'm gonna give you a B. That is a big Death Star. They're all dancing. What are they doing? Also, put a shirt on. Why are you not wearing a shirt? The Emperor's not going to be happy about this. The Emperor is certainly not going to be happy about this. The Royal Guard thought as he walked down the hallways of the Death Star 2. Excuse me, Empire Captain, you there. Can you please I like your sideburns. By the way they just come out of his helmet, do you think there's any hair under there, or he's just like all sideburn? He's only sideburn. He's purely sideburn. Let's try and find out. I was right. He's a bald man under there. He's full sideburn. Empire Captain, take care of the Royal Guard. Royal Guard, B tier. Empire Captain, because of those sideburns, you got no talking lines or anything, but B tier. B for bald. That's a nice stick you have there, said Enfys Nest, who is on the Death Star 2 for no apparent reason. Looking fly with her helmet and stick. She decided, in this one brief moment, that it was a good idea to take on the Imperial Guard, who was waving his stick around and actually being pretty badass. All right, let's go. As far as DLC characters go, Enfys Nest is actually pretty cool. I'm gonna go C tier. Traitor! This is how the duel should have actually gone. FN2199, I rate highly. He doesn't say traitor, but he is in the game. B class. However, the same cannot be said for Finn, because there's no version in the game where you can play as Finn with the lightsaber. Perhaps because he doesn't belong with the lightsaber, but he was pretty badass. He was the best part of The Force Awakens and the whole sequel trilogy for me, if they didn't derail it and not use his character more and sidetrack him instead. But Finn, for me in this game, all versions of Finn are C category. Ray! Also, just gotta say, the version of FN2187 doesn't have blood on his helmet, nor the green marks that was put on in the LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens game to replace the blood, because, you know, we can't have blood in LEGO games. So this is what I think of you, FN2187. Same goes for no helmet version, the First Order version, and the Supremacy version, D tier. I reckon it's time we burn down Mars's castle. What do you say? Flame Troopers got you covered. Ha 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 ha. None of the grass is actually catching fire, unfortunately. This game doesn't have those kinds of physics, but the Flame Trooper is pretty badass. You can also do this flame burst attack Pretty good. Doesn't do much, and he's blocking it somehow. It's flames, but all right. Flaming is also almost an instant death as well. You might remember how early in the video I said there was one character, or two characters in the game, who can't actually be killed. Well, I thought I'd get Anakin's burns out of the way early in his life, so that he can just turn to Darth Vader and perhaps be redeemed earlier on. I'm not sure how I feel about this burning poor Anakin in the video. Anakin, you still in there? Anakin, bro, you still in there? Anakin, I'm just getting the Mustafar out of the way. We're just getting Mustafar done right here. Mustafar is happening early. I'm changing the timeline. Ah, look, he's fine. He's still smiling. And more flames. Now, some may say they fly now, but I would beg to differ. I would say they slightly hover and anticlimactically fall to the ground. His gun is pretty cool, though. This is the First Order Jet Trooper. Anakin, what's up? More flames for you. There you go. Have some rockets. This guy's pretty cool, though. I'm putting him in the B category. First Order Officer, what are you useful for? Anything? Nothing. Here you go. Go for a swim. Oh, you can't even swim. What are you good for? F. First Order Officer Kijimi. Well, we're not on Kijimi, are we? Because we can't actually get to Kijimi, because for whatever reason we can't go there after the story mission. Oh, what's that? You can't also swim? F. First Order Snowtrooper. We're nowhere near the snow right now, but all you are is a Stormtrooper that apparently is good in the snow because you're a mask. And your cape, suited for warmer climates. Also, no character can swim in the game, but I'm using it as an excuse. I'll give you an E. First Order Special Forces Fighter Pilot. That's a mouthful to say. Are you good for anything? Not really. Because you got so many F's in your name, I'm gonna give you an F. Foden and Bede had both just arrived on Tatooine to commentate on the up-and-coming pod race, featuring none other than the young Anakin Skywalker. Isn't that right, Anakin? Anakin wasn't happy about the treatment he was getting from Foden and Bede.
Don't change that channel. Fodes and Bede is back.
Yes, they are. Fodes and Bede are back indeed. And as you can see here, the flags for the pod racer about to start. Foden and Bede stood outside the pod racer circuit preparing for the race. A tier. I see we have another racer here, Gasgano. Are you ready for the race, Gasgano? Yes, indeed. Oh, I never realized Gasgano has 4 arms. Also, what happens if you beat up Gasgano? I don't think Gasgano speaks, but they put Gasgano, the pod racer, in the game. Not many pod racers in the game. There are a few. Gasgano is one of them, I guess. Gasgano can get a B. The pod race has begun. Gasgano has decided to ride this giant beast through the streets. Meanwhile, this is G8R3, one of those droids that was on top of Queen Amidala's ship that got blown to smithereens while trying to do repairs. We are currently on top of that ship and are about to reenact that exact scenario. He's repairing the ship and boom. I'm gonna give him a B tier just because I feel like he's a real trooper for going out there when they were being fired at and risking his life. Garvin Drace, some others might know as Red Leader. He looks nothing like his character, apart from the fact that he's wearing the helmet. I don't believe he has any speaking lines, does he? Let's electrocute him and see if we can get him talking. Not so good without your X-Wing, are you, Garvin? He says nothing. Garvin gets a D.
Just give me a moment.
Oh, I'm sorry. So for those of you who don't know, there's a trick you can do with General Grievous in LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga. If you press the attack button, followed by circle, whatever that is on your console, and keep spamming circle, he will do his lightsaber spin attack, and you can do this forever to slice up whoever you want. It's actually such an OP attack. It's unique to General Grievous in the game. Go and try it if you haven't already. General Grievous is forever haunted by sickness. An S. Unquestionable S. I love you, General Grievous. You are my main man. You are the main reason I play this game. You are the main reason I go to bed at night, knowing that the universe is in safe hands. Look who's the spy now. Who is the spy? Are you the spy? Are you the spy, General Hux? I am the spy. Guys, oh my gosh. He is the spy. I am the spy. Don't question my methods. I am the spy. Honestly, for whatever reason, just because this character is so completely and utterly useless in so many ways and goes from being kind of a scary dictator.
We'll bow to the First Order!
Not really scary. In The Force Awakens to being, I'm the spy, I feel like he's kind of goated. I feel like we're gonna put General Hux in the A category for that reason. Also, he's got the sideburns and I don't think he has any hair under there, even though he does in the film. Yeah, he has no hair. General Organa. Her face is so sweet. I think we have to go A tier. But we also have bandaged General Organa. General Organa with silver gray robes and then black robes. General Organa. I actually really like this getup. It's kind of gangster with the hood. Let's put the bandaged one in F and all the others in A. Her blaster makes a different sound. It sounds like retro. It sounds good.
Let's show them what this rebellion is all about.
Good for you, Rican. Another good day served for the rebellion. I like your white gloves. Where can I get a pair of those? They look like they could go with what I'm wearing here as well. General Rican, I'm going to put you in A. What a legend. This guy served nobly for the rebellion. And those white gloves are looking snazzy, my boy. He just took a blast in the face and didn't die. That's impressive in itself.
Meanwhile, on the planet Exegol, Gonk droids were planning their great rebellion against the rest of the galaxy.
We have come together to overthrow all other droids and humanoids in the galaxy. The Gonk Rebellion will be an uprising. For too many years we have been taken advantage for and enslaved. It is time, my friends, to summon our great friend, the Golden Gonk. The Golden Gonk! You finally arrived. Show us the way. Show us how we can lead our way to the Gonk Droid Rebellion and Revolution.
The Gonk droids have their own category above S.
For Gonk!
Now, unfortunately, the Golden Gonk is unplayable. He's more just a companion character you can bring along for moral support. But he is invincible, as far as we're aware, making him the greatest Gonk in the galaxy. So it turns out the Gonk droids had completely rigged my tier list and have made themselves their own tier at the top of the tier list. There's nothing I can do about it. The Gonks are my supreme overlords. On the beach of Kashyyyk, Grok Chawa thought to himself as he walked towards the sea, when will the wars end? When will the Wookiees once again be free to live in peace? What are you guys doing here? The Golden Gonk! How did you get here? Oh well. I forgot you could do this. Perhaps the Gonks were trying to enlist the help of the Wookiees. But that still doesn't explain what you're doing here, Greeb Korora. You're a long way from home. Don't you belong on the island with the Porgs? Being literally the king of Kashyyyk, I feel like we have to put Grok Chawa in the A category, especially considering he has a unique blaster, which cannot be used to destroy this Gonk droid, but which can be used to attack his fellow Wookiees. As for Greeb here, the poor thing just has a stick to beat people with. He looks so helpless. He's like a wannabe Sith Lord. I feel like I'm gonna give him a B. Please help me, King of Wookiees. You must help me get back to my homeworld and defend my people from the evil Jedi. For you see, the one they call Luke Skywalker has taken over my planet, and is seemingly being depressed in a cave up in the mountains. We want to get rid of him, as he is making us feel uncomfortable, living at our homeworld for so long. Will you come with me to my homeworld to remove Luke Skywalker? So this is Griata, for anyone who doesn't know. I believe she worked for Jabba the Hutt for quite some time, and she is a member of the Max Rebo band. Let's go B category. I can't believe they put you in the game, if I'm being totally honest. And also, where is Max Rebo in your band? What are you doing here?
Griata, is that you?
Greedo had finally found the love of his life, Griata Genduanian. Greedo had been searching for quite some time for the one he loved.
Griata, will you come to Tatooine with me? I have unfinished business there.
And so the two made their way as a new couple all the way to Mos Eisley. But little did they know, their love story was about to end in tragedy.
Griata, please wait here for me. I have some unfinished business I have to go into the cantina to solve. Please wait here, I'll be back soon, Griata. Don't be too long, Greedo, for you see, even all the Jawas are happy about our new love.
Is that Obi-Wan Kenobi? Obi-Wan Kenobi? Are you Obi-Wan Kenobi? Ah. Excuse me, never mind, sorry. And so Greedo made his way into the cantina. But little did either of them know this would be the final time Greedo ever entered any cantina.
Jabba wants his money, Han.
Oh yeah, well that's too bad. Yes, indeed. Han Solo did shoot first. Greedo, you're a B tier character, my man. But Han here, who indeed did shoot first, is clearly an A tier. Sorry about the mess.
Who do I see about my payment? I am getting paid, right?
We'll pay you soon enough, Han. We'll pay you soon enough. Is the jacket version A tier? Endor, A tier. Hoth, A tier. Hoth Hood, A tier.
I am getting paid, right?
You don't want to worry about your payment right now, bro. You're about to get frozen in carbonite. A tier. And then, of course, my personal favorite Han Solo of all time, Han Solo frozen in carbonite. S tier. The way he shakes is like my favorite thing in this game. Like he's in there trying to get out. You're looking a little frozen in there, my friend. The name's Greef Karga. I'm in a cantina somewhere. I was once a bounty hunter, and now I'm gonna dual wield you. He just falls over. I can take on all you slime balls by myself. You brought your fists to a cantina fight. Who is shooting? Oh, we got some boys over here as well. Dude, you can start a cantina fight. Is this an update to the game? I don't remember there being fights in the cantina. That's so good. Greef Karga, I love you, man. We're gonna put you in C tier though, because you don't speak. You're a DLC character. You got the dual wield. wield though. Gotta respect a man with dual wield and a moustache. How did you even get in the cantina, Grumgar? I feel like there was no room to get you in here. Like, you definitely don't fit through the door. Quite impressive with the way you run and move around. One of the galaxy's most dangerous hunters, and yet you fit in the extras category. Pretty badass though. And he runs like way faster than most other characters as well. Literally, look at his foot pace. A tier for Grumgar, just because he's like super, look, the studs can't even catch up to him. He's so fast. This is the Gungan warrior. Some might say he is a disciple of the great Darth Jar Jar. He also can shoot a boomer stick. Is that you, Watto? And just because he's a Gungan, I'm going to give him the A tier. I love the Gungans. What can I say? It's not like Darth Jar Jar has forced him to give all the Gungans a high tier. My friends, the time has finally come.
The hint droid.
Yes, you think you're nice and friendly there, don't you? Well, I've enlisted the services of my friend Grumgar to deal with you justly! And the hint droid was no more. I hate you, hint droid. You never shut up. You got the creepy Sith eyes, creepy droid eyes. F tier, for sure. F tier. Hint droid? Yes, run away. Run away. That's it, my friend. No, how dare you face me? Thank you for your services, Grumgar. I really appreciate it. So we're just gonna go ahead and tick off all the Han Solo characters right now. Here we have the classic Han Solo, A tier, even though he doesn't speak, which is disappointing. Oh my gosh, he has the classic blaster as well. Oh my god, I love it so much. Old Han Solo is going to be B tier. Han Solo Young is going to be C tier because he doesn't speak. Han Solo Stormtrooper is literally just a Stormtrooper. B tier. Han Stormtrooper with no helmet. Also B tier. General Grievous' Magna Guards had just landed aboard General Grievous' ship and needed to find their way to the bridge. Imagine you saw this thing running at you. There's so many characters in this game that I feel like if you saw them running at you, you'd full freak out. Also, they're pretty powerless. Their stick does electrocute though, and they can throw grenades. Where's the other Magna Guard? Why are you so late, Magna Guard? General does not wait for anyone. Come with me, my friend. And so the two Magna Guards made their way through General Grievous' ship. However, halfway through, they encountered two other droids, which they were not expecting to see. The two iDroids, IG-88 and IG-11, both in the corridors of General Grievous' ship. This can mean only one thing: war. And so the Magna Guards faced off against the two IG droids to see who the victor would be. It turns out the IG droids are actually quite powerful with their blasters, and the blaster is much more useful against the Magna Guard sticks. The IG droids annihilated the Magna Guards with great ease, and then also took it upon themselves to nearly annihilate every other droid on the ship, every last droid, and not just the men. IG droids A tier, Magna Guards A tier. Death Trooper doesn't make any Death Trooper sounds. D tier. Sorry, bro. Imperial Fleet Trooper, that's a cute little gun you have there, isn't it? Your helmet does nothing. D tier. Imperial Gunnery Technician. I always like this guy's helmet, hey. Kind of slick. Just for that reason, I'm gonna bump you up to C tier. This is a shore trooper by the shore, looking quite sure of himself, who is now also surely dead. Surely you're a C tier. The Imperial Probe Droid makes all the sounds Imperial Probe Droids make, including the blaster, but honestly looks like a smaller probe droid. I guess it's based on a Lego version. Pretty cool. I'm gonna give you the B tier. What do you think he's constantly looking around at? He's like... The real question is, probe droid, how do you fare against the Incinerator Stormtrooper? Not well, it would seem. Not well at all. What can I say? I like fire. B tier. And we all take a second to appreciate the sound. The many sounds of Jabba the Hutt. It's incredible how they could make a Lego minifigure sound so slimy. Gotta be S tier for the big fat boy right here. Oh my gosh, please. He could not be more disgusting.
Need of a bounty hunter? I'm your man.
You hear that, Jabba? Django is your man, not Boba. Not Boba, Django. Also... So creepy how he just like slices in half. Django Fett easily S tier. However, once again, he has a broken jetpack. Therefore, I'm sorry guys, but in LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga, I have to downgrade Django Fett to the A tier. Otherwise, he'd definitely be an S. Jabba, you're creeping me out, bro. Stay back there, please. He just dodged my grenade. I threw a grenade. He jumped over it. Did you see that? Slow motion replay. Let me take off my helmet and let me get a better look at you, Jabba. Still gonna dual wield you. Also A tier. This is Tamora Morrison's face, basically with the scars. We also have Jango Fett clone, who's basically not Jango Fett, but is indeed a clone trooper. And can also successfully take out Jabba the Hutt. A tier for this character as well.
It's time I had my own adventure.
Is it really? Is it really? Jabba, can you slap some sense into her, please? The boing sound effect. That is cool because she has a bow and arrow. It's kind of cool. I'm going to give her the D tier. Meanwhile, back on Exegol, Darth Jar Jar walked towards his Sith throne. There has been a disturbance in the Force, Jar Jar said. The gonk droids looked up to Jar Jar on the throne. Dark Lord Jar Jar... Okay, he jumped off. Tell us what we must do. For you see, Darth Jar Jar had turned the tides. Previously, the gonk droids were the rulers of Darth Jar Jar and were manipulating him as their puppet. The tides have turned. Now, Jar Jar is their leader. It is just as the gonk droids have demanded. Jar Jar belongs in the gonk category. And that goes for both his appearances. This is definitely his more Sith Lord version, the Senator appearance. And so the gonk droids looked up to Jar Jar, hoping that one day they would all take over the galaxy. But from the shadows, a gonk droid watched on the droid meeting. Also a Dark Lord of the Sith. The Jawas were Dark Lords in disguise, hiding under their cloaks. I'll destroy you, Jar Jar! You see, the Jawas secretly wanted all of the gonk parts so they could use them to power everything and sell them off for scrap. The Jawas were planning their own galactic takeover. Jawa is S category, 100%. The gonks had seen the Jawa. He needed to make his escape. He ran through the hallways of the Sith Citadel, searching for the exit, dodging as many Sith as he possibly could. The gonks are on my tail! The Jawa ran, trying to get to safety. Up the elevator he went. Perhaps the Jawas would once again take over their homeworld, the Sith planet of Exegol. Literally look at his eyes, as if he is not a Sith Lord. The Jawa took off, stealing the gonk ship, escaping into the atmosphere of Exegol. The Jawa found his way onto the Executor, but Jack Porkins was here. Porkins, what are you doing here? That's about how long Jack lasted in the film as well. Perhaps just eject next time. He has a sweet blaster though. I'll take down those Imperial scum while eating hamburgers and doing other such things. C tier. Jess Pava, I've never heard of you. Apparently you flew alongside Poe Dameron, and if even Jack Porkins can take you out, then I think you're probably worth the F tier. This is the legendary rebel hero Jyn Erso, responsible for the successful Rogue One mission and for acquiring the Death Star plans. Although I have to say this minifigure looks nothing like her. I always was like, who is this? Who even is this? I'm gonna give her the C tier. DLC character, no voice lines. Hello, Jyn. Don't touch the controls of my ship. I'm flying. Thank you very much. I'll beat you up if you do. I'll slap you like I slapped Andor. C tier. K2SO. Also no voice lines. Disappointed.
Archives should take care of themselves.
Should they, though? I thought you were responsible solely for taking care of the archives. If an item does not appear in my records, it does not exist.
You were wise to bring me here.
Was I wise? Was I wise? I didn't bring you here. You walked into my library, bro. You walked in. Yeah, now you can walk out. That's right. Get out.
I am Jedi Master Kit Fisto.
I know who you are, bro. I am literally the librarian of the library of the Jedi library, and I know who everyone is. I know who you are. Why are you introducing yourself to me? Why? Why? Trying to maintain peace and order and justice and security in my own library. And I get these fools, these bumbling fool Jedi who think they know everything and think that they know where the records are. Well, I tell you, that is not just not the case. That is just not the case, my friends. This librarian really needs to cool her jets sometimes. Jocasta Nu, A tier character. For being the sassiest librarian of all time, A tier character. Kit Fisto, you were my favorite Jedi growing up, and you probably still are. I rate your green lightsaber. I rate your dreadlocks. A tier. Ki-Adi Mundi, you got 2 brains and you're still a fool. A tier. Suddenly, from the back of the library, out of nowhere, Claude came flopping about. Claude, what are you doing here? Who even are you, Claude? Let's be real. We don't know who you are. Savage. One slice and he's like sliced his head off. You are the weirdest looking character I've probably ever seen in all of Star Wars. The weirdest idea for a character. Claude, I gotta give you an S, man. You just creep me out in the weirdest of ways, but you seem so lovable at the same time. Controversial, I've ranked Claude over Kit Fisto and Ki-Adi Mundi, but it's Claude. What is he? What are you, Claude? Who are you? This is Jubnuk, one of Jabba the Hutt's most trusted Gamorrean guards, but unfortunately, he'd been locked out of Jabba's palace and needed to find a new way in. Please let me back in. Pretty badass character with the axe. Love you, Jubnuk. I'm gonna give you an A. And I see there's a protocol droid here from Hoth. We're about to slice to pieces. So this is one half of K3PO, and this is the other half of K3PO. Together, they make one full K3PO. This is the droid from Hoth, the protocol droid. I find protocol droids creepy, but I like that he's in the game. C tier. So apparently this is Zori Bliss's astromech droid, K3R1. Don't remember this from The Rise of Skywalker. To be honest, I don't remember much of The Rise of Skywalker. F tier. Jubnuk, I could probably help you back into Jabba's palace, but only if you can help me get back to my resistance base. This is Kate L. Connix, played by Billy Lord, the daughter of Carrie Fisher. Come this way, Jubnuk. You see this here? This is the way back in. If you climb all the way back up here, you'll find your way in. Jabnuk looked up at the pathway to get back inside Jabba's palace and freaked out. It was his only way. He thought he'd attempt it, and so he climbed up. Jabnuk never made it back into Jabba's palace. But as for Kaydel, who just changed outfits to make herself look more like her mother, she decided it was time for her to get back to the Resistance. Kaydel gets a C, but on her way back to the ship, she ran into one of the Knights of Ren. This is Karuk. Where do you think you're going? I'm going back to the First Order. She dealt with him swiftly. F tier. But she didn't get very far because just around the corner was Kylo Ren himself, who dealt with her swiftly.
That's why you should eat your greens.
Excuse me? Eat your greens? Almost all of Kylo's Knights of Ren had been killed by this point. He was angry inside. He still had not become a Sith Lord, and he still walked in the shadow of Darth Vader, wanting to become just like his grandfather. Kylo thought that perhaps if he went to his grandfather's home, he would be able to channel his inner dark side and finally become a Sith Lord. Kylo had made his way to the Lars homestead, where Luke Skywalker had grown up, but where Anakin had also been before. With direct connections to the Skywalker lineage, he thought this could be the place to channel his inner dark side. He removed his helmet to get a better look on the inside. Down the steps he went, angry as ever, searching for some answers. But all he found was C-3PO, the Skywalker droid, taking an oil bath. How may I be of assistance?
You may not be of assistance!
Kylo destroyed everything at the Lars homestead, every last droid, the entire oil bath, and in the process he also scarred his face. But then he thought to himself, that bath actually looks kind of nice. So Kylo did the only rational thing one would do in this situation. Took his shirt off and got in the bath. S tier for shirtless Kylo, all the other Kylos A tier. Look at those abs, everyone. Look at them. Excuse me, buddy, what are you doing in my oil bath? This is my moisture farm now, Quill said to shirtless Kylo. Can you get off my property, please? And so Quill disposed of Kylo Ren, and that was that. Suddenly, Quill heard a knock at his door. He went up to see who it was.
Hello, Quill. I'm a fire droid. I'm here to put out the fire. I heard there was a fire and a couple of burning aunties and uncles.
Bro, that was like years and years ago. Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru are dead. You're way too late. I put out the fire myself. Please go away. LC-24, saddened to learn that he'd malfunctioned and was here years and years too late, walked away. Also, this droid can't actually put out fires or shoot water, so I'm gonna give him an E. Kind of looks like a gonk droid. He's a wannabe gonk droid.
I'm really putting my neck on the line being out here.
I agree, Lama Su. We should get you home to Kamino. Lama Su had returned to his home. The Prime Minister of Kamino sat in his chair. What are you doing here, Lama Su? Can't you see I'm the administrator of this facility? Oh wait, that's not here. I'm on the wrong planet, I'm so sorry. But I know you're corrupt, so... Bro can take multiple shots to the head without dying. Look how good Lando looks.
Maybe I ought to have some clones of my own on standby.
Yes, indeed. You probably should, Lama Su. B tier. Lando realized he was on the wrong planet. He needed to get home to Bespin. Better get back to my ship. Lando made his way back to the Millennium Falcon to take off and fly to Bespin. However, because his ship was such a giant hunk of junk, it took him years to get there. Therefore, he aged drastically. And upon landing in Cloud City, ended up looking like this. The smile and the mustache was still good. His hair was a little shorter though, and he changed to the blue outfit instead. Young Lando B tier, blue Lando S tier, all the way. Lobot, where are you? Lobot, there you are. I gotta get changed again, bro. Can you help me get changed, please? That's what you're for, right? Help me get changed in my new clothes. And so Lobot continued to help Lando get changed. Lobot looked on as if frustrated once again. He knew exactly who his boss was. In fact, his boss Lando made sure that he never let him forget. Ain't Lando looking fly in everything he wears though? S tier.
What a beautiful day, full of beautiful people.
Yes, it is. And you're looking good in Han Solo's clothes as well. No idea still why you were wearing these. Oh, Lobot's getting a transmission. You okay there, Lobot? He's just trying to delete the memory of seeing Lando get changed in front of him. S tier. Can I test my battle axe on you, Lobot? S tier.
What a beautiful day.
Lando Classic speaks. Also S tier.
Yeah. I still got it.
Just about, Lando, just about. He's still got the style. Let's go A tier. Also A tier. Lobot, I feel like, bro, you go so underappreciated for all the stuff you must have to put up with being Lando's assistant. We're gonna give you the A tier.
Do I sound funny?
I didn't realize she actually spoke English with this helmet. Lobot, can you be my assistant from now on? Don't worry about Lando. Bush is actually a really unique character because not only does she have a blaster, she also has a stick. Hey, Lobot, do you mind if I test the stick on you? Poor Lobot cops such a beating. I'm gonna give Boosh an A. So this is Leia from the flashback in The Rise of Skywalker where she's a Jedi. I don't know how I feel about this still. I feel like I'm just gonna go somewhere like a D. She's technically a Jedi, but I don't know, man. It just feels kind of wrong still. Let's go D. Is this actually Leia Classic? Leia Classic. Oh yeah, she is yellow. You just can't see it because of the lighting. The lighting has to adjust. F tier. The classic characters are so cool.
The Alliance will prevail.
They will. Princess Leia is my role model. S tier.
What are you waiting for? Follow my lead.
I don't need to wait any longer. Princess. Slave Leia. Yes. What more do I have to say? This version I don't like as much. Let's go with A. Also A tier.
I'm on a diplomatic mission to... Oh, who am I kidding? Down with the Empire!
A. There are so many versions of Princess Leia in LEGO Star Wars. A. Leia, you gotta go meet up with Luke on Endor. He's been there waiting for you there for so long. You gotta go convene with the Ewoks. And so Leia made her way off to Endor. Hey, Logray, do you know where Luke is? Is Luke here somewhere, Logray? Can you show me where Luke is? Follow me, Logray said. And so Logray led Leia all the way to Luke. Logray, being the chief of the Ewoks, knew about all Ewok business in the village. I feel like he deserves a B. But what Leia found wasn't Luke, it was a stormtrooper. Oi! It is me. You see, it is me, Leia. I'm just testing out some of the stormtrooper armor that was left after the Great Battle of Endor. You see, the Ewoks killed all the stormtroopers, so they left all the armor behind, and I thought it was kind of cool to try it on. Is that really you, Luke? Is it really you there? Just need to make sure.
All that blue milk paid off.
I was about to say he'd better mention blue milk, otherwise we will know it won't be the real Luke, but it is the real Luke. A tier for Stormtrooper Luke, both versions. It's time for me to get changed out of this useless armor. I'll be back. Sister, please don't watch. I know we kissed once, but I still don't want you to see certain things. So Luke entered his private bedroom where he would get changed, but Leia followed. Luke, what happened to you? You turned yellow. That's right, I am the classic Luke Skywalker with lightsaber. This is my private bedroom. S tier for this Luke Skywalker. He looks so cool. Luke, you don't need to be dressed as a pilot for this mission. You can change from that. And you seem adamant on, okay, get changed, Luke, please. Again, is this better? Easily S tier for Return of the Jedi Luke. Bonus points for green lightsaber, my favorite lightsaber color. Hey Luke, look, we're on the right planet for what you're wearing. Green lightsaber, Endor outfit, looking good. Not quite as iconic, so we're gonna go A tier.
I'm Luke Skywalker, and I'm a Jedi, like my father before me.
Yes, I am, and I must now travel to Bespin, sister. We must go back to Bespin. And so Luke traveled back in time to the planet Bespin. So this is basically the version of Luke before he'd lost his hand. And if we do something like this, I said if we do something like this, we then get the version of Luke who now has a robotic hand and is still afraid of Sith Lords, but looks kind of like a Sith Lord himself in the black Jedi robes. Both versions S tier. Looking a little snowy there, Luke. What is that mask you're wearing? Like, seriously. It looks ridiculous. Take it off. B tier.
The power of the Force will guide me to victory.
Yes, it will, Father. I must now travel to the Dagobah system. Fare thee well. And so Luke, wearing his new tank top, ran off to the Dagobah system, where he would hopefully find the ancient, long-lost Master Yoda. Luke ran his way across the swamp planet of Dagobah, but then accidentally slipped and fell in the water. And upon emerging from the water, noticed that there was something on his back. It was Master Yoda after all, who held onto his head for support. And so Luke's training on Dagobah had begun. He ran his way through the swamp, slicing barrels in front of him, slicing his way through the foes and enemies he faced, and overcoming his inner demons to finally become a Jedi Master. Father, is that you? A vision it is. Take no notice of it, you must. It looks pretty real to me, Master Yoda. I don't know how you've been sitting here too long. I don't see visions. I see my father. And so Luke defeated his father, and the galaxy was saved.
Prepare for the revenge.
Bro, whoa. What are you doing, Vader? Luke Dagobah A tier, Luke Dagobah with Yoda on his back, and Vader doing crazy stuff in the background, S tier. There is one more version of Luke, which we haven't talked about yet. The forbidden version of Luke. Luke from the training flashback. Now, allow me to show you all what I think of this version of Luke. And release. Oh, he didn't drown. There we go. He should drown there. He drowned in the swamp. We'll go C tier, just because you're a Jedi and the blast shield helmet is kind of cool, but you're from the Rise of Skywalker, so, you know.
You know I wanted to be left alone, right?
Perhaps he wouldn't feel that way if Kylo would finally put a shirt on. So this is the Luke Skywalker we see on the planet Crate with a blue lightsaber. And here we are to face our grandson, our nephew, rather. There we go. Job done. I rewrote The Last Jedi. We're gonna give this version of Luke a B tier. Now, this is the Luke with the white robes, who's also arrived on Crate, even though that doesn't happen in the films. But we're rewriting history here, and this Luke has the correct green lightsaber to indicate he's not from a flashback. Regardless, both versions beat Kylo Ren. Also C tier. It's a shame we can't go outside on this planet, Kylo, otherwise I would have ended you outside, but instead I have to do it here. I will do what I must. Okay, so that was the old one from the flashback. This is the Arc 2 version.
Jedi legend. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right, indeed. This version has a stick and not even a lightsaber, which is kind of disappointing. For that reason, I'm giving this Luke Skywalker an F tier. And then this is the version of Luke Skywalker with the raincoat, possibly the one that drinks the weird green milk. So also F tier. Sorry, bro. Suddenly, from the inner depths of the Crate Cave emerged a shining ray of hope. Luke Starkiller, the original version of Luke Skywalker from the concept art. This character was the final DLC character added as a special bonus to LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga, based on Ralph McQuarrie's original art for the character. No voice lines, but he has a yellow lightsaber, which is pretty sweet, and can absolutely destroy the version of Luke we got in the sequels. I'm gonna go A tier. No voice lines, but such a cool idea that they included this as a LEGO minifigure in LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga. Good to see you. Finally, you made it to Geonosis. Did you know that I am about to say the line, "This party is over"? The party will indeed be over. I will own on my purple lightsaber for the first time. We need to practice our lightsaber dueling skills before we enter the Geonosis arena though. Can you please join me in lightsaber combat? And so Luminara and Mace Windu dueled on the desert of Geonosis. Mace Windu the clear victor. Luminara doesn't have any voice lines, but it's pretty sweet they put her in the game. I'm gonna give her B tier. Mace Windu for me is an A. He could have made better decisions during the prequels, and perhaps he shouldn't have hesitated when facing Palpatine, and that would have saved his life. We are keepers of the peace, not soldiers, as he slices everyone's head off, including Luminara's. Same for the version without the cape. Then suddenly from out of nowhere, an ancient protocol droid came and confronted Master Windu. This is ME-89. Quickly, Master Windu, there is trouble at Mars's castle. D tier. And so Master Windu traveled to Mars's castle to find a lot of it had been destroyed. But by what? What could have done such damage? Master Windu was then killed tragically by the Rancor, who had destroyed most of the exterior of Mars's castle. Rancor F tier. Rancor, buddy, that's enough, that's enough. Malakali, the Rancor keeper, had lost his Rancor for quite some time, but had finally relocated him to find that he had destroyed most of the castle. Calm down, my friend, calm down. The Rancor, however, was tired of being held hostage in Jabba's basement. He had finally escaped and decided to kill Malakali. Malakili gets a B, but Malakili was only following the orders of Mama the Hutt, another giant, fat, slug-like Hutt that had decided to try and take over Mars's castle. Behave, Rancor, behave. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. So Mama the Hutt had taken the Rancor as her new pet. I'm gonna give her a B tier. Rancor, can you please now go and kill Maz Kanata for being a useless character that never answered any questions and only said lines like, "A good question for another time." Thank you, Rancor. And so the mystery of Maz Kanata was never solved. Who was she? Why was she so old? Why did everyone know her? And why did she know so much information?
Help? You came to the right place.
I think you need help, Maz Kanata, for what's about to happen to you. And so the Rancor stomped down on Maz Kanata, destroying the 1,000-year-old lady once and for all. I'm gonna give her the D tier. You're the product of what I thought was lazy writing. Excuse me, Master Codebreaker, sir. Order. I have an order that I would like to play a game of poker, and I gamble amongst you in the Cantonica Cantina. Masamida had decided to leave his life of politics behind and gamble the little money he had left in the Canto Bight Casino. Master Codebreaker gets an E from me. Mas Amida, being Palpatine's right-hand man, who has clearly broken away from him, has decided to try and live his own life, gets a C. Help me find order! Here, please! I have an order! Order!
I presume we have an objective.
We do, and that is to gamble all of your pod racing money away. Ohonic the pod racer had found his way to the casino on Cantonica, where he wished to gamble all of his money so that he could try and live a life off of Tatooine and away from Sebulba the Dug, who sabotaged him over and over again in every race they've raced. Also, why did the tables look kind of like the Millennium Falcon? Let's go B tier.
Man, I'm hungry. Let me know when we can break for lunch.
Is that you, Max Rebo? I heard the voice of Max Rebo! Oh my goodness, Max Rebo, what are you doing so far from Tatooine? Your band is playing here? That's right, my friend. I'm about to play a set. And so Max Rebo, without his band, went to play a set. S tier for sure. My goodness, what a character. This here is the Mimban Stormtrooper, possibly one of the coolest things to come out of the Solo movie. He's basically just a normal Stormtrooper, but has camo armor and a cape. I really rate this guy though. I think he looks awesome. For that reason, he can also throw grenades. I'm gonna give him a B tier. I think he thinks he can fly with the cape. Let's test it. Up. Oh my gosh, he actually survived. Now, just as Max Rebo was making his way out of the Cantonica Casino and back to his ship, he ran into Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones is perhaps the most ruthless battle droid to ever exist, especially considering he has the stabby knife and also his blaster. And can throw grenades. Most OP droid there is. And he's also covered in bones. A tier. In the secret rebel base on Yavin 4, Mon Mothma was planning some rebellious activities. She was trying to oversee the capture of the Death Star plants. However, little did she know that a small Imperial mouse droid had infiltrated the rebel facility and was listening to everything she said, thus also transmitting Mon Mothma's rebellious plans back to a certain Imperial. Mon Mothma, for me, gets the B tier. The mouse droid gets the A tier. The mouse droid quickly scurried its way out of the center, looking for an exit before it got discovered, and needed to alert its master to what it had found. It wasn't long after that the mouse droid's master made his way into the rebel base to confront Mon Mothma. I have heard about your secret rebel plans, and I will not stand for them. I will not. Moff Gideon had somehow acquired the Darksaber and used it thusly to end any rebellion Mon Mothma might have been planning. But she fought back! Honestly, such a shame that Moff Gideon is a DLC character and doesn't have any voice lines, because he is one of the most unique characters in the game, wielding both a blaster and grenades and a Darksaber. The Darksaber. I believe the only character in the game to actually have the Darksaber. For that reason, I think we just have to give him the A tier. He'd be an S if he could talk. Meanwhile, on Mustafar, this Mustafarian was enjoying the view of the lava mountains. After a long day at work, he wanted nothing but to chill out and enjoy the natural wonders of his homeworld. However, today was not just another ordinary day on Mustafar. You were the chosen one, Anakin! You were supposed to destroy the Sith and not join them! Mustafarian watched on as Obi-Wan and Anakin battled to the death. Out of all planets in the galaxy, they had to choose my planet. I'm gonna have to clean up after this, aren't I? I'll never join you. You are my brother, Anakin. I loved you. Ruining my day. Mustafarian gets a B for me. Our Mustafarian friend then ran into someone called Nambi Gima from the planet Pisana. What's that? The Resistance and the Jedi and all that nonsense ruined your planet as well and ruined your festival and whatever you were doing. I'm so sorry. My condolences. This character just is, so I'm gonna go E. Also, I've only seen that movie once. I don't actually remember who she is. Yes, you're no longer just a co-pilot, are you, Nine Nub? My favorite Battlefront hero that for some reason made it into the game. Yeah. I am so glad they put Nine Nub in this game as well. He is also from a lava planet called Sullust, but that planet doesn't exist in LEGO Star Wars. So here he has made his new homeworld, Mustafar, and he fits right in. S tier.
There will be no negotiations today.
Look at the way Newt Gunray runs. He holds onto his robes. That's pretty funny. I've never noticed that before. The Viceroy of the Trade Federation was finally about to meet his fate. The war is over. Please have mercy. Oh, that death sound was pretty good. Newt Gunray, I have to give you like an A tier, man. I love you so much. I don't know why. You give me mad prequel energy.
Viceroy Gunray, I've come to your assistance. I hope it's not too late to save you.
But it was already too late for 9 to save his master, Newt Gunray. This poor battle droid commander was only doing his best. B tier. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. You underestimate my power. Don't try it, my young Padawan. And so, history repeats itself. You were the chosen one. You were supposed to bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness. It's in darkness, Anakin. Darkness. I hate you. Goodbye, my old friend. Obi-Wan Kenobi is without a doubt an S-tier character, and that goes for, I believe, every single version of Obi-Wan, including Obi-Wan with the cape, Obi-Wan without the cape, Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan with the robe. I've successfully made contact with the Prime Minister of Kamino. They're using a bounty hunter to create a clone army. Why he couldn't have had this conversation from inside his ship, goodness knows. He must stand out here in the rain.
In need of a Jedi Master, are we?
We are in need of a Jedi Master Obi-Wan. S tier. The Phantom Menace Obi-Wan. The same Obi-Wan that witnessed his master getting stabbed. No! Can't we all just get along like good friends? Clearly not. S tier. Qui-Gon Jinn is also an S tier.
Those negotiations were short indeed.
Did you hear that, Obi-Wan? The negotiations were indeed short, and I didn't appreciate that joke that you made all the way back at the start of the film. Thank you very much, Obi-Wan Kenobi. S tier, for sure. Look at the way he runs with such determination. Qui-Gon was such a rogue Jedi. He didn't believe in the ways of the Council, and yet He wanted to uphold good in the galaxy. Let's be real though, Qui-Gon Jinn is the reason for everything. For the demise of everyone, literally goes to Tatooine, frees a slave boy who ends the galaxy, basically. Thank you so much, Qui-Gon. You're an S tier in my eyes. Anakin, drop! And so Darth Maul, not knowing who Anakin was, decided to try and run over a small boy in the middle of the desert. Anakin, drop! Which didn't seem to work. This is Qui-Gon's Tatooine outfit. I totally rated S tier. Don't be afraid. This is my humble abode. Welcome to the home of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. I've been sitting here in my cave for many years that my hair has turned grey and the memories on my wall are all that remain of my life. Looking over the young, silly Skywalker boy has been quite the life for me. S tier for sure. Just for sticking it out in the desert for so many years. Odi Mandrell, what are you doing in my house? Get out. Go back to the pod racing circuit. Now that takes me back to a time when my master freed a young pod racing slave boy from slavery. Now get out of my house. This is Odi Mandrell. He's one of the pod racers. I rate him a B. Now get out of my house, Odie. No, get out. Please get out of my house. Goodness me. And so Obi-Wan suddenly became a Sith Lord, because he knew what he had to do. Remove Odi Mandrell from his house! Ula, how many times have I told you before? Please, you shouldn't be in my house.
But sir, Master Obi-Wan, I just escaped from Jabba's palace. He's been keeping me a hostage there for years. I've been working there for too long. Please.
Oh, fine. Perhaps for a few nights. And so, we leave Obi-Wan and Ula in the house together. And then we do, of course, also have the classic version of Obi-Wan Kenobi, also an S tier. Looking good, old man. Looking good.
For the Republic! For democracy!
What the heck?
Sorry, got a little carried away.
Yes, you did. What are you doing here and who are you? And now, we have the character that has more outfits in both Star Wars and LEGO Star Wars than any other character in the entire saga. Say hello to Padme. Tatooine disguise, A tier. Padme ship, A tier. Padme after she's been attacked by a wild beast in the Geonosis arena. Iconic, F tier. Those back scratches, that's some painful stuff that's happened back there. I am Queen Amidala. Padme handmaiden, A tier. Padme from the Battle of Naboo, A tier. Padme pilot, A tier. Stupid Captain Tifo was like, oh, we made it here safe and then my ship exploded. Padme pilot with a helmet, A tier. And then this is Padme pregnant, A tier. Padme with the silver cape from Tatooine, A tier. And then we also have Queen Amidala, who I prefer to call the Roomba because her dress looks like one of those robot vacuum cleaners.
You there, did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Palpatine said to his picture on the wall, preparing his speech later for Anakin. Now, the odd thing about LEGO Star Wars Palpatine is that even though this version isn't actually supposed to be the Sith Lord version, you can literally see his lightsaber on the outside. Therefore, everyone in LEGO Star Wars would be like, hey bro, what's with the lightsaber? Are you a Jedi? Oh wait, no, you're a Sith Lord? The time has come, execute order 66. Palpatine, for whatever reason, found an Ewok in his office who went by the name Paplu, who he had no choice but to exterminate. Paplu gets a B tier from me. Looking good there, my friend, but get back to your homeworld. You're gonna get killed by the Chancellor again. For whatever reason, Mace Windu, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Kit Fisto, and whoever that other guy was that came to Palpatine's office weren't here today. Instead, it was up to Plo Koon to take down the Chancellor. You are under arrest, Chancellor. I am the Senate. Get out of my office. I said, get out of my office. Palpatine with the red lightsaber, 100% S tier. Palpatine's God, S tier. Look at his lightning abilities. Whoop. Have some lightning. There we go. All Palpatines are S. I love that every version of Palpatine has the lightsaber, even the Senator version, S tier. And the grey version of Chancellor, Palpatine, who looks more and more like an old man, S tier. Now Master Plo Koon, who unfortunately on this day had the sole duty of coming to confront the Chancellor, unfortunately in this game has no speaking lines. Therefore we are going to give him the C category. C for controversial. My friend, how did you get in my office? You belong back on Tatooine. You remind me of my young apprentice, Anakin Skywalker, in his days as a slave. I saved him from slavery in a way. I gave life to him. I created him through the Force. What do you care though? You're just a silly little pitbull droid. But for nostalgia's sake, you know what? I'm going to keep you alive, my friend. The pit droid's pretty cool, man. The taxi version is kind of annoying, but this version I rate. Mischievous little things, aren't they? I'm gonna go A tier. Looks like this village is being run down and taken over and is on fire, but I'm here to save the day. My name is Poe Dameron. I am from the Resistance.
Final order will be victorious.
Will it though? Pride? I don't think it will be. Pride gets a C tier.
I feel unusual.
You should, my friend. You know what? Let's demote him to D tier. All right, Poe Dameron, you're gonna get the B tier, my friend. I like how basically the only thing that lets us recognize who this character is the stubble on his face. B tier. They fly now, my friend. They fly now. For creating such an iconic meme, you can also be B tier.
Tell me the plan.
The plan is for you to get B tier.
Permission to blow stuff up?
Permission not granted. Kajimi, B tier. Holiday special, B tier. I like that sweater. Someone sends me that sweater, I'll wear it in a video. B tier, my friend. He's basically just copying the Rebel pilot outfit. B tier with the helmet also. O even gets his own ship in the game. Oh, it actually comes with the booster engine. How good is that?
Something doesn't feel right here.
Yes, indeed. You are currently surrounded by 4 Praetorian Guards. We have the 8th Guard, the 3rd Guard, the 7th Guard, and the 1st Guard, each with their own individual weapons. For that, I appreciate them. However, they were kind of useless, although I will say that sequence in The Last Jedi where they fight with the red curtains, although technically not an accurate fight by some people's standards, is pretty darn cool looking. I'm going to give all of the Praetorian Guards a B, just because they got different weapons and they have matching armor, and it's kind of funny. And now Ray will kill them all, with no training at all. No training at all. Kills everyone. Kills them all. And not just the men. Every single last Praetorian Guard will be mine. And for some reason, Ray talks like Palpatine. Don't say it's because she's Ray Palpatine. Don't go there. I knew you were all thinking it. The recreations of Ray in this game are pretty good. Also, there's one thing that's going to bump her up from being the level of character she is right now to something a lot more glorious. And that is her interactions with Kylo Ren.
Why does this keep happening? Don't you own a shirt?
The breeze. It's liberating.
Is it though, Kylo Ren? Is it? I was supposed to hit Kylo. I hit the Praetorian Guards again. Ray gets bonus points for telling Kylo Ren to put a shirt on, which I think is hilarious. Let's give Ray, every single one, the A tier. They literally called this one Ray Skywalker. I did not know that. She has the yellow lightsaber, which is kind of cool. I was going to give her F because her name is Ray Skywalker. Try and keep it together. We're gonna go E, just because the yellow lightsaber is kind of cool. I've been in this desert ever since I was a little girl. I've lived in the desert. I don't know who my parents are. My name is Ray. Ray who? Ray, I don't know who I am. Stop asking me questions, Kylo. I can beat you with a stick. She has a massive gun. Look at the size of that thing. Look at the size of that thing. Ray gets an A. Ray Starkiller Base with the lightsaber also gets an A, even though she beat Kylo Ren with no force training whatsoever.
I guess there are more important things than finding scrap.
Yes, finding out who your grandfather is. Ray Palpatine, apparently. That's what we're going with. How do you feel now, Ray? Ray Palpatine. Put a shirt on, for goodness sake. A tier, just because of your interactions with Kylo Ren, though. She got the moves with the stick, though. Look at those moves. Look at it go. Admiral Thrawn walked down the hallway of his crashed Star Destroyer. However, Ahsoka immediately appeared and sliced him to pieces, just as she should have in the show, saving the galaxy once and for all. Blue man with a pistol, leader of his own new empire, and some would say a harsh, fearless, yet cunning, manipulative, and clever leader that he was. He was still no match for Ahsoka Tano, who completely sliced him to pieces. Admiral Thrawn, you're worthy of a C in my eyes. Thrawn was met with a challenge he knew he would be able to defeat. You two silly Jedi. You think you can overthrow me. You think you have the upper hand. Oh, we do, Thrawn. We do. A lightsaber I see you have there. And another lightsaber. It's 2v1. I think this is a little unfair, Thrawn thought to himself as he began to run away from the others. Ezra and Kanan chased him down the hallways. Thrawn jumped into the slimy mess that was below, leaving the two Jedi above. But as Thrawn walked around in the slimy mess that was below, he met another familiar face. Grand Admiral, I am no Jedi. There we go. I have no problem finishing you off. And Thrawn was no more. Ahsoka defeated Thrawn. I will train you now, Ezra. I will be your master. Let's give Ezra a B, and then Kanan also a B. What do you think of that, Ezra? Let's practice your lightsaber skills right now. Here and now, Ezra, let's go. Literally blind. You beat up an old blind man. Cassian, is that you? Andor had finally made his way to Yavin 4, reuniting him with his long-lost love, Bix Kayleen. We're finally together. I can't wait for season 2. Can you wait for season 2? Oh, she literally has a wrench. That's kind of funny. What do you have, Andor? Just fisticuffs. And a big old blaster. Alright, let's give Bix a B and Andor a B. Disappointed they don't have voice lines. Deep in an underground nightclub on Coruscant, Asajj Ventress walked through the dance floor, searching for her target. She'd been tasked with taking out a bounty hunter, who, in her eyes, had become quite the nuisance. But just as she was making her rounds, someone fired on her from behind. It was Cad Bane. She turned her sabers on just in time and blocked the blast. The two battled in the middle of the nightclub. Cad Bane realized he was no match for Asajj Ventress coming at him with the dual lightsabers. Therefore, he decided to flee and make his way through the streets of Coruscant. He ran as fast as he could. He knew this wasn't a fight he could win head on. It would have to wait for another day. Cad Bane, I'm gonna give you a B. It sucks you don't have your rocket booster feat though, but you are dual wield. And I mean, you're literally Cad Bane in the game. It's kind of cool. No voice lines again. And Asajj Ventress, also a B. Dual wield is where it's at, and a reverse dual wield is even cooler. Also, with this stance of lightsaber, you're basically Star Killer. So, because he's not in the game, we're gonna get some reverse stance representation. Ben Kenobi had spent many years in the desert of Tatooine overseeing Luke's upbringing. He walked through the desert once again, but it was at this moment that he sensed danger was near. The Inquisitors were on their way. They had discovered his location, and if Luke was to remain hidden, he had to eliminate each and every one of them. He turned around and immediately there were Inquisitors behind him. They were chasing after him through the desert. They had already discovered his location. He needed to take each and every one of them out. The Grand Inquisitor, Reva, and the fifth brother. 1v3, could he do this on his own? The Grand Inquisitor ignited his lightsaber, as did Reva, as did the fifth brother. The fifth brother moved in quickly, first for an initial swing. Obi-Wan blocked and sliced his way through. Obi-Wan continued his attack onto Reva, slicing her to pieces as well. And then it was time for his duel with the Grand Inquisitor. The Grand Inquisitor moves slower. I think he literally has the same lightsaber moves as Darth Vader. It was all over, and just like that, Obi-Wan had saved the day. I really like this version of Obi-Wan. I'm gonna give him a B. The Inquisitors, Grand Inquisitor, you can have a C. Fifth brother, you can have a D. Reva, I never really liked your character, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna give you an E. After the stress of just dealing with 3 Inquisitors, Obi-Wan decided that it was finally time he take a holiday. So, he got changed. Do you like my new threads? He said to himself. However, Obi-Wan was stuck, still on Tatooine, with no way of making it off-world. He had no choice but to pretend he was on a holiday, wearing his holiday outfit. He thought he'd try some sightseeing across the dune sea of Tatooine. He made his way up and looked out across, Mos Eisley in the distance. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy, he thought to himself, and he thought he'd say to Luke many, many years later. Obi-Wan was living the life. Summer vacation Obi-Wan gets a B, but just as Obi-Wan was finally enjoying some time off, an old friend showed up. Master Kenobi, is that you up there? Captain Rex, is that you? What are you doing here on Tatooine? I'm afraid I have bad news, sir. The Clone Wars are restarting. Darth Maul has gotten back together with his brother Savage Opress. It's up to us to take them down. Are you sure about that, Captain Rex? Yes, I am sure. This is something that's happening right now. We must travel across the galaxy to meet them. All right, Rex, let's do this. And so, the two of them traveled across the galaxy to the planet of Geonosis, where Darth Maul and Savage Opress were building another droid army. What is this becoming? What is this video becoming? I've recorded for so long, I'm going loopy. Why, Rex, of all the places in the galaxy, you had to bring me to another sand planet. Now I'm starting to understand what Anakin talked about all those years ago, about his hatred of sand. I've spent 30 years in the desert nearly, Rex. 30 years! And you bring me to another sand planet. I'm sorry, sir, this is just where the droid uprising is happening. This is where Darth Maul and Savage Opress are. Alright, well, we may as well get along with things then. And so Rex followed his tracker deep into the caves of Geonosis. He believed that it was somewhere in here where Maul and Savage were plotting their plans. Rex, get out of the way! Watch out, you're no match for 2 Sith Lords, let alone 1. Oh no! His blaster's not even doing anything! Rex, you get back. I will deal with this situation.
Kenobi, good to see you again all these years later.
A duel! Once again! And so the duel went on! Savage Opress, what an epic character. B for sure. This is the Clone Wars version of Maul, who clearly owns everyone. He also has one of my favorite idle animations in the game. Let's see if he does that now. There it is, literally adjusting himself after being cut in half. I give this version of Maul an A. Also, Captain Rex, just for being awesome and having the coolest armor ever, is definitely an A. He doesn't talk, otherwise he'd be an S. Obi-Wan, however, was able to defeat both Savage Opress using the Force, and of course Darth Maul as well, getting the better of the two. And just so it was clear, he always had the high ground. Isn't that right? Who has the high ground now, huh? Master Kenobi, I'm getting word from Mustafar. It seems Anakin Skywalker is there. We must go now, mate. My Padawan is there? Anakin? Obi-Wan once again traveled to Mustafar to meet with his young apprentice. Anakin, is that you? Anakin Skywalker is gone. I am what remains. I will win this duel. This is Anakin young helmetless, and this is Anakin old helmetless. I don't think either of them actually talk. So I guess I'll give this Anakin an A, just because it's pretty cool. Hera, we have to keep fighting. We have to keep fighting this war. It's up to us. The Empire continues to grow stronger, and I got stabbed recently, but I'm totally fine. Just for the fact she gets stabbed with no consequence. I reckon, like, I mean, she has dual wield. All right, we'll give Sabine a C. Hera, you can also have a C category. Gar Saxon was out on some mysterious planet searching for more Mandalorians. He had found the location he thought he needed to go to. He entered the cave. Slowly, trepidatiously, cautious of what may be on the inside. And indeed, upon entering, he found exactly who he was looking for. This is the way. What are you doing in my cave? Gar Saxon, have you removed your helmet? Yes, I have. Then you will be no more! I will hit you with my hammer! And so the armorer had restored peace and justice to the Mandalorian way. Gar Saxon, I like your helmet. You get a B. Armorer, you also get a B. Pelimoto was walking through the Tatooine desert with her Jawa boyfriend. Hey, come on over here, buddy. Still an underrated character in my opinion, but no voice lines. You get a C, Pelimoto. Bonus points for having a Jawa as a boyfriend. While they were taking a walk, however, they heard some distant gunfire. I wonder what that could be, they thought. This is my town, Wookiee. I don't want to have to draw you for it. Like Chrysanthemum and Cobb Vanth were in a duel to the death. Whoever drew faster would be the victor. The two fired at each other. Hey, whoa, hold up. Okay, all right, maybe we should work together. Maybe we should become a team. You want to be a bodyguard for the town I'm in? I'm the sheriff. You can be the town bodyguard. How's that, Chrysanthemum? All right, Cobb Vanth, I'm gonna give you the C. Like Chrysanthemum, you can also have a C, buddy. Whoa! Bro! Hold up! Oh my god. Dedra Miro was on a secret date with her new boyfriend, Cyril Khan. The two of them both enjoyed rules. Excuse me, you two over there. Would you like to see some antiques? Luthen Rail, the antiques collector, who was secretly a leader of the rebellion cause, knew what these two were secretly up to and decided to open fire on them both, taking them both out in one swift stroke. Luthen Rail, C. Dedra and Cyril, C. Love all these characters in Andor. Not much personality in Lego Star Wars, though, for being totally honest. Vader, now that we're here at the beach, could you please help me with my sunscreen? How many times do I have to tell Palpatine I don't like sand, I don't like the beach? Why are we here? Again, you have much to learn still. Ha 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 ha. I will teach you the ways of the dark side, and perhaps one day you will get your Padme back. But for now, all you need to worry about is my back and the sunscreen you are about to put on it. Palpatine Holiday for me is like a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna put him in the S category. Same goes for Vader Holiday. Bro, these two are legendary. Legendary Holiday is at the beach. Just around the corner, Finn was on a holiday with R2-D2. R2, why are you wearing what appears to be a Christmas sweater to the beach? You should be wearing a Hawaiian shirt. However, take me for a ride, R2. I did not know you could do this. What? I did not know you could do this. Surely you can't do this with all the astromech droids. How did I not know you can do this? I played so many hours of this game. Literally hundreds of hours in Lego Star Wars, and I didn't know you could do this with the astromech droids. What? Well, Finn and R2 traveled and explored the beaches of Kashyyyk, enjoying their little holiday on their own. I give them both a B, just for the fun of it. I enjoyed the summer vacation.
I'm a wanted man, you know?
I do know that. Obviously, I am wanted with you. This was the day Ponda Baba and Dr. Evazan came to the Mos Eisley Cantina for a drink. However, little did they know that it may be their last day.
I don't like you.
That was pretty mean.
Yes, it was. It was mean. You just watch yourself. I'm a wanted man. I'm wanted in 12 systems. 12 systems, Luke! And then for whatever reason, Obi-Wan decided to cut the arm off of Ponda Baba and slice him to pieces, even though he wasn't even involved in the fight. When paired with Dr. Evazan, Ponda Baba and he make the perfect pairing. We'll fight anyone in the cantina. Anyone. You see, we got a cantina fight going. Did they add this later in game? I don't remember this ever being a thing. You can actually have a cantina fight, just like the old Lego Star Wars, which is exactly what we wanted. And Ponda Baba is going to kill everyone, because this is his cantina. He's angry about getting his arm cut off. Ah! Get wrecked. He does also have a blaster, which I could just use as well. Excuse me. Ponda Baba is a B tier character. Farm boy Luke, who's gonna drink his blue milk at some point and is constantly getting into cantina fights, getting on the wrong side of trouble, A tier.
Anywhere around here guy can get some blue milk?
Yes, perhaps the cantina can serve you some, Luke, while you show off your new medal that you won in the Yavin 4 ceremony for blowing up the Death Star. A tier. Hey, Dr. Evazan, what do you think of this? I don't like you either. And then this is literally Luke, Rebel Pilot, the Luke who blew up the Death Star. Surely A tier. These versions of Luke don't yet wield a lightsaber, but soon they will. Very soon. For some reason at this point, Hoggle the Lesser, the Geonosian, walked into the cantina bar. Tired of his time with Count Dooku and all the nonsense that had been going on with the Clone Wars, all he wanted was a drink in the cantina. Hoggle the Lesser, for me, is an A-tier character. The poor guy, totally underrated, and his wings never stop flapping. Excuse me, everyone in the cantina, have you seen Han Solo? He's my long-lost love from when I was younger. Is he here? I heard that he came here at one point. Kira entered the cantina looking for her long-lost love, Han Solo. However, it was quite some time since he had left. For now, all that was here were people dancing to the cantina band. Kira is a DLC character, therefore has no voice lines. We're gonna give her the C tier. Will she ever find her long-lost love, Han Solo? Only time will tell, my friends. Just outside the cantina, the Jawas were celebrating, for you see, they had collected every single droid on the planet. Here we have R2B1, R3PO, R5M2, R2JE, R2R9, R2N3, R2Q5, R4P17, R2KT, R4M9, R5D4, RA7, and R2D2, and R2D2 from the swamp, and R2A6. Together, these are all of the protocol droids in the galaxy, who will all save the galaxy. And for that reason, I'm going to give them all a B, and then R2D2 gets an A. Lucky you, R2D2. But you see, a war broke out between them all, and they began electrocuting each other. Oh my gosh, the droids are malfunctioning. The Jawas did not know what to do in this situation. Luckily, R2D2 decided to roll in and serve everyone some drinks. This, thankfully, restored the peace. Follow me for all of the drinks. Imagine you're just walking down the street, normal day on Tatooine in Mos Eisley, and then you go past 15 astromech droids all just rolling around. They see me rolling. R2D2 reserved a special drink for his pink girlfriend, R2KT. Everyone stay away from her, she's mine. Then suddenly out of nowhere, a range trooper saw the collection of droids and had no choice but to do what must be done. Droids were gaining ground on him though. He had to continue to retreat as they approached. Range trooper fit is pretty cool. Maybe a little bit too warm for Tatooine though, which is exactly why. C tier. Hello, excuse me, droids. Excuse me, my name is Rats Terrell. I am a pod racer, and I'm looking to hire a new droid. I do not trust the pit droids, considering what they did to my pod racer, having destroyed it. Therefore, I'm going to hire a new droid. Do you think you have what it takes to be my repair droids? Clearly not that one. Oh my gosh, he just beat up R2D2's girlfriend. R2D2 had no choice but to kill Rats Terrell. C tier. What up, droids? My name is Reeves. I work for Jabba the Hutt. I'm looking for some new droids for Jabba's palace. What do you say? The droids did not fall for Reeves' ploy to try and get them to go to Jabba's palace, for they knew that droids who went to Jabba's palace were tortured. D tier.
Finally fighting side by side.
Don't get used to this.
And you're still not wearing a shirt. Still, bro. Goodbye, Kylo. Put a shirt on. Oh my goodness, he survived somehow. He landed there. Somewhere on a faraway planet, Ray was working on her dark side powers. With her new double-bladed lightsaber, she'd taken inspiration from Kylo Ren's unstable lightsaber blade, making her own blade unstable. However, it was slippery in here, and she kept sliding around on the ice. Kylo, the time has come for us to finally duel and practice our Sith ways. Prepare yourself. Ray is actually scared. Kylo, if I win this fight, can you please put a shirt on, for goodness sake? Never! You must always look at my abs and my biceps. All right, let the fight begin! And Ray, being completely superior in every way with little to no training, was of course the victor. I really love that they put the Sith Lord Ray in LEGO Star Wars. I'm gonna give her an A tier. What a character. Goes hand in hand with shirtless Kylo. However, the two of them were at the mercy of their supreme leader, Snoke. Snoke, what are you doing here, bro? I thought we dealt with you in The Last Jedi. Kylo, I think the time has finally come. Will you join me in this fight? Never mind. I'll do it myself. And Snoke was no more. He literally can't even do anything. He's got some Force Lightning. There you go. Zap Kylo a little bit. All right, Snoke, you're gonna get like I give you the C tier. You're kind of funny. That's why you've got C. So Kylo, I see you have some new friends there. Sith Jet Trooper who can barely fly if we're being honest. C tier. We have a Sith Trooper who's basically just a normal Stormtrooper painted red for the fun of it. C tier. And then we have this guy who's known as a Sovereign Protector and is apparently the protector of Palpatine. He has a lightning stick. How dare you attack my girlfriend? C tier. Where's your Emperor now, my friend? Here he is. He is back. And you shouldn't be back. Rise of Skywalker Palpatine is the most disappointing version of Palpatine ever. However, in Lego Star Wars form, I kind of rate him. He's kind of cool. He's got the red lightsaber. His face still looks like Palpatine. He's got the Sith eyes. And he has a Sovereign Protector who is useless and does nothing. Goodbye, Sovereign Protector. I can protect myself. I will protect myself. Thank you very much. All bow before Palpatine. He actually owns them all. I reckon I give this version of Palpatine a B tier.
I thought my dangerous mission days were over. Guess I was wrong. Again.
You were wrong again. Little did Rick know that Roger was no ordinary battle droid. He did not see him as any different though, so he continued to shoot him as he must. Originally Queen Amidala's personal private pilot, Rick Ollier was helpful in destroying the Trade Federation ship over the planet of Naboo during the invasion. He was aided by a young Anakin Skywalker at the time, who seemed to blow up the Trade Federation ship for him. I'll give this character a C tier. As for Roger, who doesn't even come with a blaster, I think we're gonna go A tier for Roger. Legendary character, probably the best battle droid to ever live. Stop smiling so much. Where are those droidicas? Rune Harko is here from the Trade Federation, but he is being chased by Rick. Excuse me, Rune. Sorry, not sorry. He doesn't speak. As if this one doesn't speak. Why don't you speak, Rune? Oh, that kick though. That kick. That's what I think of your Trade Federation. Rune Harko, D tier. Bro, he spins. He spins when he jumps. Oh my gosh, he's so flamboyant. I feel like I have to upgrade Rune Harko to B tier. If he spoke, it'd be better. He literally spins though. You've been upgraded, Rune.
Let's save the day. Sorry, that was lame.
She's even acknowledging that herself. Is that like an in-joke to The Last Jedi? Meanwhile, on the planet Crate, Rose Tico was trying on all of her different outfits. Oh, I destroyed the drill. My bad. I did not mean to do that. Oh well, it's about as useful as Rose Tico was, I guess, in the films. I like her necklace here. That's kind of cool. It's a crystal fox, bro. Oh my god. That's what you get for hitting a crystal fox. Rose Tico, bad. We also have Rose Tico First Order. Rose Tico First Order Supremacy. Rose Tico, D tier. Little did Rose Tico know a bounty hunter from another era had come to hunt her down. Excuse me, Rose. Are you Rose? I think she was Rose. This is Rothgar Deng. I honestly...
resistance thing? Because that never used to happen.
Excuse me, did I say you could talk? Did I say you could talk? No, that's a nice grenade on your face. Rothgar Deng, I don't know, man. I don't really remember you. You can be D tier as well. Salacious B. Crumb can actually talk? I thought he just laughed. The way he runs, oh my goodness. A tier character without a doubt. Salacious B. Crumb, you're legendary. You're here to grace my presence. Can you help me get back into Jabba's palace, please? We've been locked out once again. These two both have custom walking animations that no other character in the game has, especially because Sebulba basically walks on his hands. You know, Salacious B. Crumb is just... I don't know how you describe this walk. I'll slap you silly. Oh my gosh. The custom animations are so good. Both A tier, easily. Excuse me, boys. Excuse me. Have you seen a farm boy around here anytime recently? Bro, he has dual wield. What the? As if he has dual wield. As if... Bro, look at that combat roll. As if you have dual wield. Dodge this. Sandtrooper Commander, so OP. I'm gonna give you B tier. Excuse me, you think I'm gonna pay for that? Takes a while to charge up, but once it gets going, it's unstoppable. Sebulba's like borderline indestructible. I love how they made the Sandtroopers look more special ops than they are in the movie. Like, look at this dude with the dual wield. Actually seems like a competent Stormtrooper. Like, he knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? There's no way they're like this in the movie. They're like, we don't need to see your identification. I'm gonna give the 3 Sandtroopers B tier. Welcome to the Wrath of the Empire, Shmi. Shmi has one of the saddest stories in all of Star Wars. Just look at her eyes and her expression on her face. She has what looks like an inner sadness, a conflict about her son leaving to become a Jedi Knight, and yet her being left alone as a slave. She was eventually freed, only to then be taken captive by the Tusken Raiders, which then led Anakin on his path to the dark side. What, you don't care that I'm here now? Oh, you got a problem with the Stormtroopers though. Whoa, they're shooting me. That guy lost his helmet. Who will win in the great war between the Tusken Raiders and the Special Ops Sandtroopers? One Sandtrooper down. Oh, that guy just did a combat roll. 2 Sandtroopers down. It's up to one left. The Tuskens are gonna win. The Tuskens won. I love that Shmi's in the game. I'm giving her an A tier. On Coruscant, Shaak Ti sat in the council chambers overseeing the Jedi Council on her own. She was in a deep meditative state. All of a sudden, a Senate guard showed up from Palpatine's office and tried to beat her up. Shaak Ti knew what she had to do. Destroying the Senate guard. I can't believe the Senate guard doesn't even come with a stick. I thought he came with a stick or something. I'm gonna give you a C tier. Shaak Ti, however, for those of you who don't know, is the most killed Jedi ever. What is it, young Skywalker, she said as she sat meditating. Little did she know, Anakin had turned to the dark side. You would think she would have been able to sense this, but anyway. And that was the end of Shaak Ti. B tier. I'm pretty sure you guys are on the wrong planet. I'm pretty sure it was only supposed to be snowtroopers who were stationed here on Hoth, and you guys were supposed to go to Endor, and you were supposed to go to Kashyyyk. I could be wrong, but I think you're on the wrong planet, so get out. Thank you. Snowtrooper, B tier. Scout Trooper, B tier. Scout Trooper Kashyyyk from the Clone Wars. Oh, that's so cool. B tier. I am Sidon Ithano. I am here for some pirating activities. Oh, bro, he has a unique blaster you can charge up. Oh, that's cool. Still a one-shot to the face. Did that rebel just reflect my blaster bolt? Look, they're flying off of him. Dude, if you charge his blast, it ricochets. Look at this. I'm gonna give you a B tier just because you can do that. Meanwhile, somewhere in the inner depths of Hoth's Echo Base, a Sith acolyte was spending time with its probe droid friend, a Sith probe droid. Is this the same? Is this Sith probe droid the one that Darth Maul uses? Sith probe droid, I'm gonna give the C tier. Sith acolyte, who can literally do nothing, is gonna get an F. What is your purpose? You're useless. Literally have no weapons or anything. You're just a dude in a black hood. Even a snowtrooper could probably take you out. Yep. Meanwhile, aboard the Death Star, Governor Tarkin had organized a little experiment. His stormtroopers versus those of the First Order. You may fire when ready. Who was the superior stormtrooper outfit? The First Order stormtroopers with their superior weapons and more advanced technology, or the old traditional stormtroopers? Being unable to distinguish between the two of them, because their armor looks similar and having the most terrible aim in the entire galaxy, there was no actual winner. And they all joked amongst each other, having a good laugh. Tarkin gets a C, everyone else also gets a C. The TIE fighter pilot, who was also mixed up in all of this, also gets a C. TC-14, the protocol droid stationed aboard the Trade Federation ship, was confused as to why Scythe Snootles had made an appearance on the ship. Are you here to entertain the Nemoidians? Scythe Snootles, having spent so much time in Jabba's palace, had taken a fondness for droids. She felt they were mistreated inside Jabba's palace and therefore wanted to join the Trade Federation to assist with the droids. Are you okay there, buddy? You malfunctioning? Everything gonna be okay, buddy. I'll sing to you. EC-14, in the background, had no idea what was going on and chased after Scythe Snootles, trying to maintain some kind of order amongst this ship, but it was no use. Scythe Snootles was going to have her way and sing her way into the hearts of every battle droid stationed aboard this Trade Federation ship. TC-14, underrated protocol droid, B tier. Scythe Snootles, B tier. Great singing voice. Even TC-14 doesn't like you, hint droid. TC-14 had taken on a new life, decided it was her mission to destroy the hint droid. Tarful looked out over the beach of Kashyyyk, wondering when the droid invasion would begin. He wanted nothing but to protect his homeworld from the incoming droids and make sure he could keep his people safe. He watched as some of the Wookiees lay sleeping on the beach, relaxed. Would these times last forever? He hoped they would, but he knew that was a reality that did not exist. All right, get up, boys. Get up. The droids are coming. It's time to get our things together, okay? Tully Lintra, what are you doing here? Resistance fighter who dies within the first few minutes of the film, but was in all the marketing and promotions. Tarful, you're getting the B category. Tully Lintra, you get the E. The scoundrel Tarsu Leech had found his way onto the beaches of Kashyyyk. Tarful was like, who the heck are you and what are you doing here on my planet? This guy also has one of those weapons that can charge up, but honestly is no use to any of us here, so F. Tebow, have you come to help with the droid invasion? The Ewok Tebow was here. He had dealt with the Stormtroopers before and therefore decided he thought he could help with the droids. However, I feel like a bow and arrow isn't going to do any damage to droids as it would to a Stormtrooper. B tier for Tebow. So this is Tito from The Force Awakens, and the game literally describes him as a scrounger. Bothersome scrounger. Yes, you are kind of bothersome indeed. Oh, you hit me with your stick? Thank you very much. Goodbye. F.
They call me Snap, because I snap my enemies, and that's not true.
Did they really call you Snap? I didn't know they called you Snap, Tem and Wexley. What are you doing here, bro? You're friends with J.J. Abrams. That's what you're doing here. I like your beard. I'm gonna give you the C tier, bro. Did you guys remember that kid from the end of The Last Jedi who had the broomstick? That's this guy, apparently, who goes by the name of Tamiri Blarg and doesn't even have his broom. D tier.
I have been expecting this. Let us begin.
Oh my god, he's literally standing in the shadow. How creepy is that? I spawned him in, and he's standing in the darkness. All I can see is his yellow eyes. Palpy, can you come into the light? What are you, a vampire?
Palpatine, they are watching us. 10th level, thousands of battle droids.
Sidon Ithano, who himself honestly looks kind of like a Sith Lord, but is actually just an Utapowan or Powan, is conspiring with Emperor Palpatine. He wasn't happy with what the clones did to his planet, what the droids did, therefore he's choosing an alternative, if Palpatine can help himself from electrocuting himself. As if these guys don't all look like Sith Lords, though. Seriously. We got the Grand Inquisitor, I guess, who's one of these guys, and he himself is basically a Sith Lord, so I think this is close enough. Sidon Ithano, I really rate you. You're a very memeable character. What happens if we attack him? Oh my gosh. I forgot Palpy has a lightsaber. Bro, that's so brutal.
Hyperwinds have blown me back to continue my legacy.
Yes, they have, my friend. B-class for you, my friend. And as for Emperor Palpatine, the Emperor, you are clearly an S tier. My goodness, wreaking havoc and chaos wherever you go. What is in here? Oh my goodness, I have discovered a room of royalty. Palpatine decided to make Utapau his new home, having just found a room of lovely crystals, which are likely kyber crystals. They look like kyber crystals. Palpatine, S tier. Back on Tatooine, the Mandalorian was with Grogu, walking through a Tusken village, for he had befriended the Tuskens, just as many Mandalorians had done before, or one other Mandalorian, that is. The Mandalorian is easily an S tier category. The fact he is paired with Grogu, and Grogu is basically indestructible. There is, however, one way to destroy Grogu, and we're going to take the Tuskens with us and show you how to do that right now. As you can see, even the Tuskens themselves have no way of penetrating through Grogu's little crib here. And so, the Mandalorian, Grogu, and the other Tuskens followed this Tusken to a secret location. They walked past another village of Tuskens, guarding the way, and were provided safe passage through. And so the Mandalorian knew what he must do. He must attempt to get Grogu into the Sarlacc pit. Although Grogu had gone missing. Where's Grogu? Up there he is. He's just chilling over there. Oh, he's already on his way in. Grogu. Oh, yes, yes. Great success. Tusken's S tier. Finally, I don't have to worry about being a father anymore. Thank goodness that's over. Up, up, up. Oh no! And the Mandalorian also fell in the Sarlacc pit. Theron Nat was walking through the desert of Tatooine. Lost he was from Red Squadron. He assisted with the attack on the first Death Star. However, once being stranded on Tatooine, came across a Tusken Raider and was killed. We'll give him a D tier. Oh my gosh, it's Tobias Beckett, whose blasters are glitching all over the place right now. He is, of course, one of the fastest guns in the galaxy, being the teacher and mentor of Han Solo. And he never shot first. Tobias Beckett, I'm giving you the D tier. Kylo Ren, back on Exegol, was surrounded by his Knights of Ren. However, he was no longer a Knight of Ren and decided to dispose of them all swiftly. For some reason, Zori Bliss was also here, and accidentally, Kylo Ren confused her as one of his Knights of Ren, so decided to also end her. Knights of Ren, you got some cool weapons. The three of you get the F tier, as well as Zori Bliss, F, including Trudgeon, Ushar, and Vikrul. And as you can see, Kylo Ren still refused to put a shirt on. He didn't need a shirt to dispose of all of the Knights of Ren. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Why is there a Trade Federation ship in the sky?
Ubla Marlboro always has an anchor in her back pocket, darling.
I give you bonus points for having so much personality. Let's give you the... What the heck are you with your claws, your pincers as well? Oh my gosh, can she sing? One of her attacks is literally singing. Alright, fine, you get a C.
What a great spot to scrap hunt.
To scrap hunt indeed, and then fall in love with Ubla Marlboro. Hey, look, these two, I feel like this is a match made in heaven. These two are made for each other, are they not? Unkar, Plut, you can be a D tier. I just don't like your face very much. Is that an Ugnaught? What are you doing here? They always look like they're up to something shifty. Do they not? They always look like they're doing something mischievous. Ugnaught, man, I never liked you. You're gonna get the E tier, my friend. How do you feel about that, huh? What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. And then, out of nowhere, a Wampa showed up on Jakku, far from its icy homeworld of Hoth, to stop the romance and singing of both these characters. Wampa is a monster. What a beast. What an absolute legend. He is, without a doubt, an S-tier character. Look at the destruction he's able to cause. I'd say the Wampa is on par with the Rancor. Look at the jump. Takes him like 10 seconds to jump through the air. The Wampa stood, looking up to space. How far was he from his homeworld? He needed to get back to the icy planet of Hoth, for it was much too hot for him here. Perhaps we can help you get home, Wampa. The wandering Wookiee suddenly appeared with his new friend, Rebel Friend. Rebel Friend is a legendary LEGO Star Wars character. S-tier 100%. The wandering Wookiee is set to forever roam the galaxy of LEGO Star Wars. A-tier. Come with us, Wampa. We can help you get home. And so, the three of them took off to take the Wampa back to Hoth. But their journey would be interrupted, for you see they put in the wrong coordinates, and instead of the ice planet Hoth, they went back to the desert planet of Tatooine. The Wampa was enraged. He raced through the streets of Tatooine, causing chaos and havoc, destroying. But then he heard the voice of someone familiar. Watto saw this as an opportunity. What a great day to make the money, huh? You can work for me, no problem. Okay? I pay you nothing. You be slave for me. You guys rate my Watto impression? But the Wampa would have none of this. He knew what had happened and what Watto had done, making Anakin his slave boy for many years. So he did what he must. And Watto was no more. Bro, for me, Watto is legit an S-tier character. I don't know why. He's so, like, kind of evil in his own weird way. He just wants money. Watto wants the money, but he still has a heart. I think that he's so charming. Watto's an S. One of Jabba the Hutt's men then started to sneak up on the Wampa, realizing this could be an opportunity to take a new beast back to the Great Hutt. Weequay confronted the Wampa with his axe, took his first swing, his second swing, but the Wampa wouldn't have any of it, and Weequay was no more. Weequay, B tier. And so the Wampa remained on Tatooine, roaming the streets of Mos Espa.
Wedge Antilles flying in for duty.
Yes, you are. Okay. This is my moment, though, please. Let me have the moment first, Wedge. So you remember that guy from the background of The Empire Strikes Back on Bespin who's running with that ice cream machine thing? Well, that's Wilro Hood. This guy's got some strut to him. A-tier character for the fact they even put this guy in the game. Whenever you need ice cream, he's your man. And then we have Wedge Antilles, arguably the greatest pilot in the Rebellion. He, of course, flew in both the attack on the first and second Death Star, and was one of only very few pilots to live to tell the tale. He's also, in real life, the uncle of Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, I think I will have to give him an A tier as well. Congratulations, Wedge Antilles. Hello, excuse me, Mr. Wilro. My name is Wicket. I'm an Ewok. Could I please but don't walk away, please. All I want is some ice cream. Princess Leia gave me a cookie, and that was the last thing I ate. I want some ice cream. Give me the ice cream! And therefore, Wicket, unfortunately, being the evil teddy bear of the forest that he was, killed Wilro Hood in a rage to get some ice cream. I give Wicket the B tier. I like a lot of characters. What can I say? I also hate a lot of characters.
I'm flying into action.
Yes, you are, Roby Trice. You are. Look, you're flying. Look, they fly now. Oh dear. Roby Trice, F tier.
2 is in the building.
Rogue 2, we're outside. Rogue 2, it's pretty cool though that you're in the game, I will admit. Rogue 2 gets a D tier from me. Wrecker, have you seen the other members of the Bad Batch? Tech, come over here. I haven't seen any of the other members of the Bad Batch. It looks like we're all that's left. Oh no. These two were added to the game as part of the DLC. Neither of them talk though, which is so disappointing. Can I shoot his helmet off? I want to see. Yes, he does have the face like Wrecker. That's so cool. Let's give the Bad Batch the B tier. On Coruscant, in the Jedi Temple, in the Council Chambers, Yaddle and Yoda were trying to have a pleasant moment together as husband and wife of 900 years, or at least 800. Let's put it that way. However, Yariel Poof was also in the building for some reason and in the room and insisted that he did not want to leave. Yariel Poof might be my favorite Jedi in this entire game because of the way he runs. Ha! Just popping up and down. Yariel Poof, you are an S tier character for me. Now please, leave so I can spend some time with my wife. Yoda, S tier. Look how angry he is with his saber out. But then he goes back to being old Yoda with the stick. The fact he even puts away his lightsaber using the Force, S tier. Yaddle is actually a decent bit bigger and taller than Yoda. I don't know if that's just because she's probably not as old and not as hunched over by this point. Even the way he fights.
The Force protects me.
The Force protects us. Oh my gosh, they're getting close together. Yariel, I think it's time to leave them alone. Yaddle gets an S tier, for sure. It was at this moment that somehow both Zuckuss and Zam Wessel had teamed up. Zuckuss had been separated from 4-LOM long ago from the start of the video. Therefore, he decided it was up to him to take out the Jedi and execute Order 66. Zam Wessel also obliged. Oh, her blaster is even more intense. I'm starting to like you, Zuckuss. Now let me show you my true form. I have no secrets. And so Zam Wesell changed into her true form. Zuckuss, however, feeling that he had been lied to, could not stand for this, and therefore shot Zam Wesell and left the building. Zuckuss, after leaving the Jedi Council room, could not believe his eyes. It was Forlom. The two legendary bounty hunters were reunited once again. Zam Wesell, B tier. Zuckuss, A tier. Little did the galaxy know what was in store for it, for these two would wreak havoc on the galaxy for many years, and that is every character in LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga ranked. Let me know what your ranking is. Let me know your favorite characters in the list. Watch this video for more LEGO Star Wars. Subscribe if you're not already, and thanks so much for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.